Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Uh, Inshallah, you are fine, everyone, and ready for another stream. The link is there for those who would like to join. I had some technical problems. I used to go live with another browser, but this time now with Google Chrome, and I cannot share something which I want to share that's from my YouTube channel. They were I wasn't expecting this, but there were some comments from some people that I wanted to answer. Would like so I cannot share, but I would read them. Okay, just so there was I was talking to somebody. He's hijacked something six, and I would like to read his. Of course, and there was somebody, Gangelio, also was. I was talking to him, and first I was thinking he's a, sincere person, but I realized that he's one of the most ignorant people on the planet. He's kind of racist, yeah, and his final. I realized that he's just trying to, attack me without any reason. And of course, such people are very afraid to join live streams and say what they believe in. So he's just 2 hours ago, he wrote me. I wish that I could share this comment. He's writing, you are going to tell the world, because I told him that I will be live soon, then you can join me and, talk to me. And he said that you are going to tell the world that you are unemployed and can spend your time on internet while Swedes work for your living. It's such a ridiculous, pathetic people exist. How do you know that I'm unemployed? You are very ignorant, okay? But anyway, I was talking to somebody else, and he was trying to tell me that why we need Quran. He was trying to find some, errors there, and I was explaining, no, it is not this and that. So anyway, and I said at the end, I said that why you try to reject these verses of Quran, which I gave him some verses of Quran that doing good deeds, loving others and so on. So why you try to reject them? You just want to do bad deeds? And his answer was, I never claimed to do bad deeds, but we have just established that you don't need a book or the word of God to determine what is good or bad deeds. Okay, for this part, I have to say that at least in the past, we needed God to determine for us what is good and what is bad, okay? Because people didn't understand, for example, burying your daughters alive is a bad deed. It's a bad deed. It's a great bad deed, yeah? It's a terrible bad deed. So that's why, I don't know if somebody can tell me that you hear me, because I don't know if my internet connection is good. Let me check through my phone. Let me check, please, because I see my internet connection is going up, down, and I'm not so sure that. Okay, so you're lagging, say, a bit. Yeah. I don't know why. My internet connection is bad. I see that it is going up, down. Something wrong with my internet connection. I have realized it today. It's all the time lagging. My God, I don't know what to do. Is it lagging a lot? Naif. Let me check. Because I see that. Hello? No, okay, a bit. All right. Then I can continue. In that case, let's see how it will be. I hope that. All right. Thank you for letting me know. By the way, I was saying that in the past we needed God to teach us what is good and what is bad. For example, I have said it many times that Greeks and Romans, you know they were crucifying people, they were slaughtering people, they were putting gladiators in stadium to kill each other, and they needed Jesus, peace be upon him, to teach them that these uh, acts are barbaric and these acts are not correct, so that they stop those acts. And by time when they became Christians, they stopped doing. Hello, Budi. Hello, Naif as well. Sorry. Yeah. So they start to stop those acts. Okay, and even in Islam, of course, we needed God to tell us that, for example, alcohol is bad. Okay, and we know that today millions of people die from alcohol around the world. And not only that, so many people are abused because of alcohol and lives are destroyed. So we need God to tell us that this is bad. So apparently not everything we know, and what we know today that it is that is good is all because of God, because God has taught us. Before we didn't know such things. And yes, for example, I give always this example of Persia. Never had gladiators, never had crucifixion or stoning and such things, just because Persian had a prophet who had three commands, only three commands: good deeds, good words, and uh, good thoughts. So through these three commands, they learned not to have such a places. So anyway, for those who would like to join, the link is there. So I would appreciate if you join and talk to me and ask your questions. And anyway, so that's my words on that. We need God. Even today, we need God. And I have a lot of evidences that we need God to teach us how to live, how to be good. So he says that we don't need God to do good deeds. Okay. What you are saying is admirable. It truly is. But you don't need the Quran or any other book, a holy book, to do right by others or carry on the noble fight that you are in the process of. All right, yeah. Again, I believe that it is, first of all, we are good, as I said, because of God's teachings. And let me come back because I'm reading from another browser. I had some technical problems. So anyway, in my home country, okay, my home country is a good example that why we need God, okay, to do good deeds and to fight as well. We had usually in the world everywhere. If you check all revolution in the world, mostly they are done by left groups, mostly by Marxists. All right. In my home country, we had also a lot of Marxist groups that who were against the ISIS regime of Iran, and we have one Muslim organization that is the biggest, opposition group to Iranian regime. All those Marxist groups, after a few years, they all vanished. Really, despite they were, they wanted to fight for people. Their ideology also tells them to fight for people. But after few 2-3 years, they all left the camp and came to Europe, settled in Europe, and just doing, sometimes little work and then doing not enough. The only one that fought against Iranian regime and the hardest and greatest is a Muslim organization that they get all their energy, their teachings from Islam. So I see it's very, very good example that this, God concept giving people strength, giving them a lot of encouragement to continue much more than without God. Okay, so anyway, this is also a great evidence for me that really that when you compare this, Muslim organization with non-Muslim organization, you see that how they manage through Islam, continue the greatest fight against the fascist regime of Iran. What we have established is that you don't need actually care what it says in the Quran. So he has some, mistakes, spelling mistakes in the Quran. That the Quran is the literal word of God, the last word of God, and that it cannot be revised or changed. Okay, first of all, I have never said that it cannot be revised or changed. Okay, so because there are verses of Quran that were abrogated in the past, and there are verses that can be abrogated for today, and verses that can be abrogated in the future. But that's up to scholars who can abrogate verses that does not match our current time or in the future. That's a big, deep discussion as well, of course. You also say that you don't believe that Allah truly is omniscient and omnipotent. Thus, why care about Allah? I never said that. Okay, I don't know. I just said that I don't know if, because he said that if God knew that I'm going to do bad deeds and I'm going to fail, why he created me and so on. So I said that this is, I don't know exactly what he knows, what he doesn't know, okay, or anything like that, because I know, the only thing I know is that I have a free will, okay. Does he know that I'm going to kill somebody or not? That's what I don't know. I haven't said that he knows. I haven't said that he doesn't know. All right. I'm not going to such a, speculation that which I don't know the answer. All right. So whatever, I do not do bad deeds, and I'm not going to think about these types of things and reject his commands just because he knows what I'm going to do, or he might not know what I'm going to do, whatever. I'm not going to reject his commands about doing good deeds, all right? So that's why care about Allah or bring out the Quran at all. So that's one I answer. Stop using the book as a crutch and be a good person. I have said many times before, I am a better person than I was. I wasn't a bad person, but I'm a much better person than I was because of the book. The book taught me many things, okay, like forgiving even those who wronged me. Just because you want to be a good person, like Aaron says several times in the debate, base yourself on humanism. Do what is right because it is right, not because a book tells you to. Okay, I explained that one as well. First of all, these humanisms, I've been in their meeting in Sweden. Unfortunately, many of them are racist. Okay, so don't bring me from them that they are good people. Unfortunately, they are even accused. And I was in their meetings, and I found many of them racist, real racist. Okay, so that's a terrible thing. So that's why I don't believe that humanism, because humanism is not a book. Okay, it's just some people's ideas, and humanism doesn't teach you that alcohol is bad, a terrible thing to use, because you harm yourself and you harm the society. Okay, and if humanism say that it is bad, many people will not listen. Okay, they don't care because somebody says that. But when God says that, okay, and they know that there are consequences after life as well for not accepting that, rejecting that, okay, then they consider that more than just somebody says, okay, a person, a human. Why they have to follow a human? If Islam is to be true as you have claimed before, then these are facts that you have to adhere to. After all, it is said specifically in the material you base your beliefs on. Okay? Keep fighting, keep doing good deeds. Yes, thank you. I will do that. Keep being the best, of course. You, the best you that you possibly can. But stop waving the book around. Unfortunately, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to stop that because I see that it's a great message. And do it because you are a good person. Okay. As I said, again, I say it. Yeah. I'm a much better person, and I am a good person because of yeah, the society I was living, the family I was living. Okay. Because of my religious teachings and so on. Okay. So, and the world is a good, people are better people today just because of, I said, because of what God has taught us in thousands of years. This is a process of developing. Okay, it didn't come overnight. It took very very long time, thousands of years. All right. So once again, I can um, mention that in China, yeah, people. Let me see. Yeah, okay, in China, uh, people boil dogs and cats. So can somebody tell me if I'm still lagging or is it a lot or not? I appreciate it very much. So anyway, in China, uh, most people they boil dogs alive, they skin animals alive, they cook them alive, and that's terrible. Yeah, but Muslims and Christian in the same country they don't do such a things. So we need book. Okay, we need God. All right, people at least billions of people need that. All right. So yes, continue because you are a good person and because you want to do good deeds, not because a book says so. Yeah, I hope that I have answered that all of these, and I would appreciate if somebody has questions and would like to join me. Anyway, I was also. By the way, tomorrow night I'm going to be 1 hour earlier. Yeah, I'm going to be on this the atheist age. Let me find it, and I can share with you the link. Can, if I can find, I don't know why my subscriptions is like this. Uh, okay, yes, I found it. I copied the link, so it's Kaz tomorrow. I'm going to be there. And are you going to be debating? Maybe not as a debate. This is the link. It is on this channel. So I take it as a conversation, yeah, to explain my beliefs. And he has written the interpretation of Quran, yeah. So we are perhaps going to talk about interpretation of Quran. Anton, could you please tell me if I'm lagging a lot or still little? Because I'm worried about this internet connection. Yeah, so I'm going to be talking to them about, and I was before I was on a channel talking to some Muslim that the Muslim apologist also was there, and I was discussing with them about these barbaric acts. Uh, Slight lag, okay. Okay, I hope that you understand what I'm saying. Anyway, so I was having some discussion with them about these barbaric acts of by these extremists. And the moment you ask them difficult questions, first they are all scholars. They know exactly what Islam is. Yeah, when you ask them difficult question, they start to say, "Oh, I'm not a scholar," like that. The Muslim apologist, yeah, very extremist guy. He's God. He can say to people, you know, we say it in Islam, munafiq is like a kafir. So first they can't say such a things, but when you ask them difficult question, then they say, "Oh, I'm not a scholar." So when you are not a scholar, then why you label people? Okay. So anyway, I don't know. I hope that I have answered some question from that fellow human being. I don't know him, and he was asking. I told him to join me, and I explained because it was difficult for me to write for him. The person you are going to be discussing with is is he another Muslim? No, 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 no. There is, if you see, I said that it is the atheist edge. It's an atheist former Christian, yeah, ex-Christian perhaps, yeah. But anyway, it's the atheist channel, and it is his name is Kaz, and he's sometimes moderating on MDD, Modern Day Debate. So I found him from there once he was moderating my debate, and then so he asked me to join his channel and talk about yes, interpretation of Quran. And I said that yes, of course, I would be glad to do that. So tomorrow, I think it is 6 o'clock. Let me see, Central European time. Uh, and let me see. Oh no, it's written 7 p.m. Yeah, it's the same time I start my stream every Saturday. So now is 24 past 7 here. So wherever you are, 7 my time will be that. So I have to somehow find out the problem with my internet, because I have realized that something is wrong with that. Unfortunately, tomorrow they are closed, but let's see if I can fix it somehow. Anyway, please, if you join me, that would be great, or else you can even ask your questions. No, that's again, I put wrong. Sorry, I have to put the link to the stream. All right. So if you have any question, this is you can join, or you can just ask your question. That would be great, because I, yeah, All right. Yes. Hello, my brother Steven.
Hello, what's up, Muji?
Yeah, yeah,
How come
great.
how come your name says New Muslim?
Oh, yeah. All right. New Muslim. Yeah, I have
You
to
change
change it.
Yo,
You
you
know what?
changing your name.
Yeah,
Don't
you know
get
what?
caught.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So,
They're gonna know, oh, it's New Muslim, don't answer, you know?
yeah. No, I just thought sometimes I have to
Yeah.
enter these people so they don't. Yeah, let me wait. Let me change it. That's why I have to change it. Otherwise, they
Yeah,
will
yeah,
stop
yeah,
me.
yeah. We're on the wrong channel. No
Yeah.
Martin today, huh?
No, he said that he's busy, but he
Yeah.
will perhaps join next week. Yeah, but good
Yeah.
that you joined.
Yeah, yeah, I'm here. I'm
Yeah,
just
very good.
I'm at work, but I'll be on whenever I can.
Yeah, but
So
Stephen, how often you are working? Every day or what? Or
no,
just
right
weekend?
now it's not. I just work Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So 4 days.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
4 days.
So it's good.
All right.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, not too bad. Just I was wondering why Saturdays, because Saturdays usually people are
Yeah,
off, right?
I work on the weekends because during the week I'm
Mhm.
with my kids, dropping them off to school and picking them up.
Right.
So
Hmm.
I'm yeah, and I get military money from when I got uh wounded in Afghanistan. I was
Oh,
shot
yeah.
twice
Okay.
and blown up, so I get money from the army, and then I get money from the army, and then I still get money from working.
Yeah,
I
very
work,
good.
so I'm
Great.
busy.
Yeah.
I'm being a
Yeah.
dad, and I'm working, and I'm trying to make it.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. We're
yeah,
all
but
doing good here.
I was laughing that you got shot and then blown up.
I
So,
did. I well,
yeah,
and all different times. I got shot twice, two
yeah, yeah,
different times. I got blown up when I was driving a
yeah.
truck. It's
Oh,
dangerous
yeah.
out there, man. Taliban.
Of course, I know. Yeah,
Yeah, and I
but
was on
yeah,
the
yeah,
east side. I was on the Pakistan border. I wasn't that maybe like 5 hours away from where they found Osama bin Laden.
yeah, yeah. Oh, hmm,
Yeah, about on the Pesh area, by on the Kunar province, on the Afghanistan Pakistan border, right there,
yeah, yeah,
Hindu Kush
hmm,
Mountains.
yeah, yeah. But
Yep, yep.
yes, actually, I was explaining, saying that in Iraq, a lot of American soldiers were killed by Iranian militants, by
Really?
Iranian, right, nearly 600, 200,
Wow.
200 British. It was called roadside bombs, okay? And Qasem
Right.
Soleimani that
Yeah.
was killed. Qasem Soleimani was, providing these militants and giving them weapons, those bombs, and they were penetrating the
The
U.S.
armor.
tanks and yes,
Yeah, I'm
and
sure there's always someone behind it, but the foot soldiers are the local people that live right there in the
yeah, I
villages.
know. Yeah,
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 but it's always a
but
higher power providing the money, the missiles, the equipment,
exactly.
the even the intelligence, like
Yeah,
the schooling,
yeah,
the training. Maybe they provide the money and the location. Oh, come over here,
of,
we'll train you for 4 months, and then they send you out, and now they're
of
good
course,
soldiers. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yep, yep.
And
And
yeah,
I know that the bombs in Iraq were like way bigger,
yeah, yeah.
the ones that they put under the ground. I got lucky when I got hit because
Hmm.
like maybe 8 months before I got blown up, a very high ranking guy got blown up, and they were using just the small vehicles, the Humvees. They have a lot of armor. You can shoot them and everything, and nothing will happen. But it's not good enough for the bomb. So when that high ranking person got killed, um, they switched us to use better vehicles. And so when I got blown up, we already made the change. So even though I was hurt and like dazed and concussion, nothing went through the armor. Like
Oh,
no shrapnel, no metal, no nothing. So I got lucky.
mhm.
It took when someone important goes hurt. Then they make changes. Maybe
Yeah,
like 50 people could have got hurt and they won't say nothing. But when the one person happens, no,
yeah, yeah,
let's use these other trucks. Let's not use these little ones. Okay,
yeah.
and you know what? Thank goodness, man. Otherwise, it would have been the other way around. But yeah,
Oh,
that's what happened. So I got lucky. I got lucky.
yeah, very good that you are here.
Yeah. It's all good. That's my little experience. So I know a little bit about some
Mhm.
part of the Middle East because I was in Afghanistan for
Mhm. Yeah.
almost a year, and I wasn't always on the base. I was infantry. So, some people they can say, "Oh, I went to here or there or wherever," but if you only stay on the base and you never left, you can't speak on the local style and culture and what you see out. If all you do is know if all you know is the tent, camping in tents and working on the base, like every day I had to go out and we had to meet local people and have clan leadership engagement, talk to the village elders and everything, and they talk about trying to better the roads and all kinds of stuff. So we were really out there with the local people and alongside them with interpreters and talking to the local people. So I was out there on my feet, so it was a one of a kind experience. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So and
Yep.
then yeah, of course, as I said before, they unfortunately they didn't care about their soldiers getting killed in Iraq, and they could stop Iranian regime very easily, but they didn't. But
The Iraqi government
not
or who?
no USA and
Oh,
UK.
and yeah, you mean during the invasion and all that. Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
after
Got
I
you,
mean
got you.
after invasion,
Uh-huh.
when they
Right.
yes, it was Ayad Alawi was the former Iraqi prime minister, and he said in when he wasn't actually prime minister anymore, he said in one of his statements that okay, Iran is arming these militants, yeah, to attack Iraqis and Americans, then we can
Mhm.
give back MEK's weapons and let them also attack Iranian regime. So that was the easiest, best way to do, but they didn't. Yeah,
That would have
because
been a easy solution.
yeah, that would be. Excuse me, you attack us, then we let
Yeah.
your enemy also attack you. All
Yeah,
right.
I mean they're pretty much arming people to attack them, so we could just arm the MEK to attack them. It would have been like that's what they would have did. Yeah, but they didn't do it. You said.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody here is jihad
Oh yeah, I forgot this comment.
news network. Yeah. Ha. Perfect. That one. Okay.
Perfect
So yeah.
deception. Oh.
Perfect deception.
They
So
always
please,
give you they always give you new nicknames.
yes. Let me see. Please just join us and then talk to us. Very normal, like human beings. Yeah, we understand. If you really have a point, then we
Hmm.
will change. But if you don't have, so why we have to listen to
Yeah,
you?
anyone can write a comment. You can just join up and not even show your video or the face and just be
Yeah,
respectful. And if you really think you can put Muji in the corner, then go ahead and give it a
yes,
try. Give it a
yeah.
try. The door is open. We're open for a couple hours.
Hello, my brother. Yeah. Hello, Anton.
Hello.
You're muted. Let me see if I can.
I
Yes,
am
I'm in.
I am
Yes.
muted.
Hello, my brother. How are you?
Hello, Moji.
How are
Um,
you?
I am not Jihad News Network. I am
No,
the other
I know
guy.
you're not. I know that you're not.
I am there's
Let
yeah.
me see.
Uh-oh.
Yin Aka. Hello, Sheikh Yabuti. Hello,
That's funny. That's funny.
yeah, Sheikh Yabuti.
Oh my
Hello, how are
god.
you?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yeah, salam alaikum. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. You
Very good.
you remembered me?
I remember your voice somehow, but I
Yeah,
don't
you
remember.
remembered me.
Oh, I think now. Okay, you
Yeah.
were you are a Christian, yeah?
I have buried you. Maybe you can remember now.
Okay, so I don't understand what
Oh,
it means. Yeah, buried me. In which way?
he
That
buried he
day,
buried he
Muji, we
buried
have
you.
lied that much.
Sorry.
Muji, come, we started already now talking. Why are you lying always?
Okay, let's remove these people. Okay.
Hey
Yeah,
Muji, you gotta let him come back. He was ready to go in on you, man. he
yeah,
was he
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
ready.
No. The thing is that right away you are lying. Okay. I said,
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I said, I remember I have heard you. You were Christian, but I don't remember exactly. It was long time ago. He was talking to me. Yeah, and I think I remember. I don't remember, Stephen. You remember maybe? I removed him in the past as well because he was very rude. Yeah, do you remember?
Well, yeah. I mean, I could tell. You know,
The voice,
if your no. If your very first sentence is "Why are you always lying?" It's not gonna be a productive conversation.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
he can call you a liar
Yeah,
after the conversation's done when he makes his
yeah,
conclusion. But if that's the
yeah.
first sentence, you already came in with no like. He's not gonna be level-headed. You know.
Exactly. Let's have a conversation, civilized conversation. Let's see, my brother Anton, what is? Was it you, Anton? We were those comments is you or with which I
Wait,
was answering the comments on YouTube.
which comment?
All right, then. Okay, then. So you were not talking to me through chats on YouTube, no? Yesterday.
I'm yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. Then you are not.
No,
Okay. Then you are not. All right. So all right.
no.
But I remember. Yes, I remember that we were talking before. It was. I think it was Brother Rashid was here. Yeah.
I have no idea. I didn't know you streamed yesterday.
No. I didn't have stream yesterday. That was Brother Rashid had yesterday stream. Wait. Let me see. Somebody say Alice, but then Islam says, bro, why are you kicking? Afraid? No, I'm not afraid. I said that if you are, civilized, if you talk normally, but not coming right away while you are lying, how do you know that I'm lying? Okay. I just don't remember you. You were here a long time ago. I give you another, chance. Please join, but be respectful. Okay. Like these people are here. My brother Stephen, he doesn't agree with me on many things, but we are, we love one another. We talk normally to each other. Now you are lying to yourself. Okay. And he comes with such a, ridiculous name, Sheikh. Be a little bit normal, okay? Sheikh Dabababu. Hello. So please be a little bit civilized, okay?
Bro.
Okay, be a little bit civilized and friendly, okay? And then we can talk, no problem, okay?
I was not
So
civilized.
No, when you're accusing me for lying right away, that's not correct of you.
Bro, you have
Okay?
lied. And you
Okay.
know it too.
All right, let's first talk to Brother Anton, okay? Because he was here first. You stay there, and yes, please. Brother Anton, please tell me what you have a question?
Well, actually, I mean, since you're Muslim, you might know more about halal and haram foods, like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I came across this the other day, and I believe insects are haram, if I'm not mistaken. Okay.
There is no it is not mentioned in Quran that insects are haram. Okay, it's just mentioned about a dead animal. Okay, that you haven't
Carcass?
killed.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
the dead animal that you haven't killed because it might be sick, have disease, might have died because of disease and so on. So that's why. And pork is not halal, and then blood is not halal to drink, like just purely blood and things like this. But there is no mention about insect that it is haram. Even the pork, if you need to survive, okay, is just because of that, then you have the right to eat the pork and all others that are haram. But otherwise, normally, no, you don't have to eat them. Okay.
So the insects, I think they're not in the Quran. I agree with you, but
No, they
I
are
think
not in
they
Quran.
mentioned in the Hadith about.
I don't know
no,
actually. Yes, because
no
I
insect.
know that there is something called fiqh. Okay, fiqh, which is scholars say also that, for example, you don't have to eat these or that. There are certain things that they say that this meat or that meat is not permissible for you to eat, like dog and cat, because dog and cat, they are not mentioned in Quran, but it is Muslims do not eat such a thing. Okay, so this is fiqh, we call it. So scholars also can say that this or that food is not suitable, or you shouldn't eat these types of food, okay, or animals.
Okay, so I heard the Jews say this. They say that if you eat an animal who's already dead, who you didn't kill, like a carcass or
Yeah, yeah.
something,
Okay.
the Jews, some Jews, I think they were secular Jews, I'm not sure, they say it is okay because it's the will of God that this animal is dead. Even if,
Okay.
I mean, it didn't die by the hand of a human hand,
Okay.
but it's the will
Okay.
of God. So what would you say to
No,
that?
we would say, because that animal could have died from a disease and could be, dangerous to eat it for us. Okay. So, but if you kill it yourself, that animal was, safe to eat or healthy. Yeah. An animal that was running and then living normally, and then you killed it yourself. That's an animal that is healthy and cannot be, carrying a disease or something. Okay, but an animal that died itself, then that could be carrying some diseases. So that's why you shouldn't, even today, if you don't think about religion, in from the point of an atheist even. So I think it's not correct to just see an animal is dead there. Okay, let's have it. Let's barbecue it. Okay, you have to check it.
That is a good point.
Yes, then you have to check it that why this animal died. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what if you do what if you just check it, like
Okay.
if you find an animal that is dead and probably is carrying some disease, but you super fry it, or you make sure you eliminate all the
Okay.
pathogens.
Yes. Yeah. If you are, okay. If you take my opinion, if you, if you really are aware that by frying it or whatever, the disease will disappear, then I don't think that there is any objection to that. Okay. But that's, you need to take it to some laboratory and then check it, which was not, available in the past. So that's why you shouldn't eat that in the past. Okay. But if today, because it is, anyway, it's a meat. Okay. So, and it is allowed for you to eat meat. So if it is safe, it's all about your safety. Okay. And if it is safe, then why not? Okay. That's my opinion. We have to ask someone else as well what they say, but this is my opinion and my understanding that why that's you are not allowed to have those dead animals because of this. Yeah. So yeah, here you can see your lies. Who said that?
Do you?
All right.
Are those
Is it
both
you?
one people, or is that two different people?
I don't know
No, it's
actually.
two different people. It's me.
Okay.
You
So,
accused me of not being civil.
God.
You accused me of not being civil, and now I post the evidence for it.
which evidence?
I sent the link in the chat now. You said I'm accusing you of lying,
So I don't see any link.
bro.
Do you
You
see
are
any
talking
link?
with Anton,
Yeah,
Steven?
I was
or you
asking
are
about.
ready now for me?
Yeah, I'm asking you, GMN, which
Yes.
link, which lie? Can you tell me the lie?
If this link is not posted, you have we have talked under a video in my channel, and you have
On your channel?
said
Let me see. On your
yes,
channel, I have been talking to you
yes.
on your channel.
In the comment section, we have done a little bit discussion, and you have even invited me to a debate
Okay, you mean on my channel? You were
on my
discussing
channel,
with me.
on my channel.
Let me see. I don't remember because
Jihad, Jihad News Network.
I go on many channels, so I don't remember exactly.
Yes, on my video, I have visited you and Brother Rashid, and I have said some things, and you have lied there about Sahih Muslim, and you have muted me, and I have made a video on that and posted it, and you have written a comment under that video, and we have a
Let me
little
see.
discussion under there, and then
Okay,
you have
wait.
invited me to a discussion.
Yeah, wait. I don't remember really. Can you
No
please share
problem.
the? No, I don't really remember that I have been me and Brother Rashid on your
Oh.
channel. I don't remember at all.
Brother, not a problem. There are enough topics to talk
Can you,
about.
yes, yes. Can you please share the link?
I have shared it. For some reason, it's not working.
Okay. I don't know.
Let it
What do you
be.
mean that you put
You
the
cannot
you put
post
you put
links
yeah
in
you
the
put
chat.
you put the link in the chat. It doesn't work. What do you mean? We cannot see it. How can it be possible? I don't know.
I
Because
don't
we
know.
see
YouTube are deflecting it
Okay.
as.
You have to
Okay.
put it in the private chat.
Put it
it's
in the
not.
private chat. Yes. Yeah.
Listen, I posted it from another telephone, you know, and with that telephone, I cannot post it in the private chat because I'm using another telephone. With that, I can call you. With the other telephone, I cannot call you, you know?
Okay. All right. Anyway, so I don't remember. Whatever.
How are you?
Okay. Sorry.
How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. You have
Very
seen
good.
Nader Ahmed does a live stream too now.
He does?
Yes, he
What?
does, and his topic is how to debate Aisha's age.
Nice.
Who? Let me see. Who is debating? I don't know.
No, live streaming. Nader Ahmed is live streaming right now, and he had a topic, and the topic is how to debate
No, I know. Wait,
Aisha's age.
yes, I know, but I didn't understand who has that. Anton, do you know who is that?
Nadir.
Nader Ahmed.
Nadir.
Ahmed.
Nadir
Yeah, he's,
Ahmed. Okay, because I didn't understand your Nadir
You have
Ahmed.
debated with him together. You have
You
forgotten.
debated
I know,
apostate
but I
prophet.
didn't understand the way you told Nadir. Okay, when Anton said because of your accent, perhaps when Anton said it, I understood. Yeah, so I
Yes,
didn't
you have a
understand
little
exactly.
accent.
Yes. So
Yeah.
Nadir Ahmad, I was quite, wrong to be together with him on a platform. But that was the only way I could debate those guys. Okay, because I said I want to do it alone, and Brother Rashid didn't want to join that topic. Is Islam true or something like that? So that's why I was forced to accept Nadir Ahmad. Okay, but I do not agree with Nadir Ahmad on many things. Okay, yes.
Trust
So
me, so many people does not agree to his beliefs, to his
okay, so
views.
yes. So anyway, I do not agree with his beliefs, and his. I even invited him before to my channel, but he said he will come, but he didn't come. Okay, because I wanted to discuss with him, and I have been on other channels as well tonight. Exactly tonight, I was on another channel, and if you checked, I think two streams before, there was a guy who I invited him, the apologist, Muslim apologist, and he called in, and then after 10 minutes he ran away. Again, I caught him today on that channel. Again, they were attacking me. I said that I invite you to my channel to have a debate with me. So let's see. They said that we will find somebody,
Who is brave enough?
educated, and so on to because when you put them in the corner, you ask them a question that they cannot answer. They right away start to say, "Oh, I'm not a scholar." Okay, so you are not a scholar. Then why you try to debate me on
But
such
bro, it is difficult. It is very, very difficult to defend Islam. And Nader Ahmed is a liar. If you want, I can send with that phone. I can send to you a link. You will die laughing. It goes
I know
45
that
seconds about Nader Ahmed. 45 seconds about Nader Ahmed. If you want, I can send it to you. You will die laughing. It goes
no,
40 seconds.
Yes,
Can
I
you put
don't
it
need
in the
because
private chat?
Yes.
Give me a
He said-
second. I will send it in the private chat. Give me a second.
Yes. Anyway. Yeah.
Hey
anyway,
Muji,
because-
just letting you know I'm still here. I don't know if you
I
guys.
know. I see you.
If
Yeah,
you
I see
guys,
my brother.
no, I don't know if you guys, because I took my Bluetooth off for a while. I was dealing with a fire alarm and stuff, so I don't know
Okay,
if you
no
guys
problem.
tried to ask me anything. I'm still
no.
here, but I'll be around. You guys,
Yeah,
I'm listening in. This is good. Yeah.
no problem, my brother. Okay, I hope that nothing will burn.
It's a false alarm. It's a
yeah,
like
yeah, it's good.
yeah. It's not bad, but yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
but go ahead.
it's very good. Yeah. So Anton, yeah, please. You see, Jin, you see GNN, okay, GNN, okay.
Jin.
You see
Now I
now
have
we
it.
are
I posted for you. Okay.
very good. Yes, you see that now we're talking normal. That's great. Yeah, we can talk, brother.
Bro,
Okay.
we always talking
Yes,
normal. Can you say
yes,
to
yes,
me
yes.
that
But
the link has arrived?
yeah, just a moment. But don't call me liar. Yeah, I see a link. Let me click on the link and so that I
Watch
have
it.
it
Watch
because
it.
no, I cannot watch it now because
What?
I'm having a live stream. Okay, so I want to talk to people. I will watch it
Mm.
later because I opened it so that
I'll watch
I
it. I'll
will.
watch it too. I got it on
Yes,
the
yes,
comment.
yes,
I'll watch it too.
You
yes.
will die
Anyway,
laughing.
okay. Anyway, I said
Your
as I
name
said.
your name has me dying laughing already.
Okay. So Anton, please, any other question? I appreciate it very
Yeah.
much.
I just wanted to ask about the halal food, but
Okay. Yeah.
it seems like you don't draw a lot of rules for food from the hadiths, and
No, I
for
mean
example, the insects.
insects. Yeah. I don't know. I said that as long as it is not harmful, okay, as long as it's not harmful, then it is not haram, okay, and as long as it is not, how do you say it? You need it as long as you need it, okay, for your survival, okay. There is nothing else because in Islam we have certain meats that is available, okay, and like chicken, like cow and lamb and so on. So you don't need to go and kill everything moving like Chinese. Yeah, we do not do that. All right, we need to eat meat. Okay, I disagree with vegetarians. Because we need in our nature we need meat. Okay, and even many doctors will tell you that there are many vitamins in the red meat and then white meat and so on, so that our body needs that. That's why our teeth are also formed for that. Okay, that we are vegetarian and meat eater. Those four, they call it meat cutter. Yeah, and
Are,
if you see,
are
yes,
you
those.
sure?
Yeah, these two
These
forks.
are pretty weak teeth, though. I mean,
Yeah, but anyway, look. Anyway, the closest species to us are chimpanzees as well, and their teeth is much sharper. Okay, so we are close to them, and we are relatives. Okay, so we need, and they also need. They eat vegetable and they eat meat as well. So I believe myself that we need to eat, and God hasn't forbid it. All right. So as long as He hasn't forbid it for us, then and because He knows it is in our nature, but we cannot go and kill and eat every creature that is moving, especially in that barbaric or that terrible manner that they do it there. They boil the dog, alive. They skin them alive and so on. So anyway, this is in Islam that you can eat certain meats, okay, but not everything, okay. So this
so,
is
so you said
not in Quran.
so
Yeah.
you said if it's not harmful, it's okay
Yes.
to eat.
Not only harmful. It is if it is not what is it? It's
Prohibited.
not necessarily, okay. First of all, not necessarily that you just anything moves you just eat it. Yeah, it's not necessarily. You have, if you don't have available, for example, cow and lamb, okay, and you have to. There is nothing else to eat but only pork. Then you have to eat pork. It is you are allowed to eat, or the only thing to survive to eat is dog. Then you are allowed to eat, okay. But normally, no, you are not allowed to eat it, okay. Normally,
Okay,
understand?
so let's say I go to the supermarket and
Mhm.
there is all kinds of meat available
Yes,
over
yes,
there,
yes. Okay,
and I could buy cow or
okay, yes.
I don't know, beef or fish, or I'm
Okay,
pretty sure fish is
fish. Yes,
permitted.
of course. Yes, permitted. Yes, all kind of fishes are permitted.
So what if I choose bacon, for example? Bacon is pig,
Yeah, I
so
know, but that's Quran says it is forbidden to eat it. Only If you are somewhere that you are dying of hunger, and the only way to survive is to eat the pork, then you are allowed. Okay.
So if I do that, if I go to the supermarket and choose pork, choose
Okay.
bacon voluntarily, do you think I would be doing something very bad, personally?
Okay. So look, as I understand, okay, and not only me, there are others like Brother Rashid as well. Okay, as we understand, that's a bad deeds, but that doesn't take you to hell. Only that's bad deeds. Okay, Allah will check all your good deeds and your bad deeds. Oh, what happened? He went. Okay, I didn't do anything. He can come back again. Anyway, so Allah will not put you, in hell just because you had the pork. Okay, maybe you had it out of ignorance. Maybe you had it because you didn't believe that it is bad. Okay, or it is wrong. Okay, it's not harming you. What? Why? Look, Anton. Before I convert to Islam, I was eating pork. Okay,
But
after
it's
I
not
convert,
harming you, right?
no, 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 no.
You
Exactly,
can
exactly.
you can eat pork. Pork
I
is,
know. I
I
know.
don't
Let
see
me
the problem.
Anton, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Before I was eating, yeah. After I stopped to eat it because of something that I will explain for you. First of all, actually, there was a priest was talking to a crowd. I didn't know this. This was a priest was talking to a crowd. He said that pork is all rubbish and has one stomach and digests everything in 4 hours. But cow or eats only grass, which is very clean, very pure, and has two stomach, and it take him 12 hours to digest it. Okay, so you can see how clean and pure is that meat comparing to the pork. Okay, that's another one side that the pork is. In Christianity says pork is not clean and unhealthy for you. But in Islam, just say, okay, don't eat it. It is haram for you. But why? I believe that, Anton, this is my belief, okay, that this is also a fact as well, that the only animal that you can transplant organs to human without body rejecting it is the pork, because the pigment of the pork is like human pigment. And my sister-in-law, she was studying medicine, Anton. She was cutting bodies, okay, one day. And then she said that she's not a Muslim, okay. She came to a restaurant, she ordered pork. When they put it in front of her, she said, wow, my God, it's like human flesh. So she didn't eat it and wrote to everybody, don't eat. It's like, so for me, it's like human flesh, okay, because it is very close to our flesh. So that's why I think it has to do with that. It's like, eating human flesh. And that's why I discuss that. I don't eat it at all, okay? Before I was eating it. So I say this is always information. The information in your head makes you the person you are, okay? So the information I got, and I start to believe that it is like a human, flesh. Not only that it is dirty, but it is like a human flesh. That's why it disgusts me to eat it, okay? So that's why, all right? I hope that you understand it, all right? So maybe there is something that we do not know. God knows, okay? God knows better, but whatever, he has said that don't eat it. And I have my own reason not to eat it, okay? So you are, of course, free to do whatever you want. And I'm sure that just because of that, if you are a good person, okay, if you do good deeds, just because of that single thing, you are not going to be punished, go to hell, despite you have done good deeds, okay, in your life. The more good deeds you do, the better it is. You are safer. So I don't know, GNN, you disappeared. So we would like to have you. Your question would be nice. Of course, we would answer them. Okay. Yes, Anton, please.
So
Any other question?
like if I was eating pork, bacon, like right now,
Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes.
this is not bacon. This is
Okay.
ketchup.
Yes, ketchup. I
This is
know.
ketchup. But
Yes, I know.
imagine it's bacon, and I was eating it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you be mad at me because I
Of
am
course not.
eating, I am
No. No.
choosing to eat I could eat
tell you.
something else. I could eat
Yes,
something
yes,
else.
yes. I tell you that I'm unfortunately now in the West is in this country they put even in candies, pork, uh, ingredients. All right, but I don't say that it is you have committed a crime. Okay, it's not good. God tells you not to eat it. Okay, so it's up to you. I'm not going to be mad about you. And one thing I have to tell you is that my mother-in-law is not Muslim either, but since we don't eat, so she also doesn't eat. Okay, not that she has become Muslim. Somehow I don't know, she learned or whatever. She doesn't drink alcohol, despite she was drinking alcohol. She realized that it's a nice way, better way. So she choose to not drink alcohol, not eat pork. My father-in-law, he still have, he still drink and then have the pork, and he can do it when I'm there. He can do it. So I'm not mad about him that he's doing it. Okay, understand?
I
So he's
see.
my father-in-law. So he's my father-in-law, and yes, I respect him, and he's my family now.
So
Okay.
do you think? I know this would have to come from a hadith, whether or
Okay.
not it be haram or halal. Do you think something like this is haram?
What is that?
It is. This is a can.
Boost. Okay, I
Yes,
know, but is it energy drink?
it is energy drink. It
Yeah, I don't think that this is haram. No,
it it's
I
not
drank
haram.
one today. I drank one today myself. you know,
Okay.
it is.
So that means I can drink it, and
I
you
think
will
it is.
not be mad.
No, is it? Is it? Wait, let me see. It is caffeine inside. No, am I right? It's a caffeine inside.
It has caffeine,
Yes,
coffee, and
caffeine.
stimulant,
Yes.
things that are
Yeah, yeah.
stimulant, kind of like alcohol that
Okay.
alters your state.
Okay.
But
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It just gives you more energy. Okay. What I
well,
know, no, what I know, coffee is like coffee or tea. That's not haram, of course. Yeah, at all. But if you have it, look, it's all about your health. Okay. If, for example, alcohol is haram because it's damaging your body, your health. Okay. It's a poison. If you drink pure alcohol, it will kill you. Okay.
yeah,
That's for sure, and everybody know that.
yeah.
Pure
I'm
alcohol.
asking you because I
Mhm.
usually get this from Mormons. Are you
Okay, yeah,
familiar with
yeah,
Mormons?
I know Mormons. Yeah, I know, but I don't know
They
much about them. To what they do, what they say. A little bit
Yeah,
I know.
they avoid alcohol as well, but they
Hmm.
they are they go further than the Muslims. They also
Okay,
avoid coffee, and they would
okay,
absolutely avoid something like this.
all right,
It's
yes.
it's haram for them.
Okay, okay, I
So
understand. Yeah, no,
and
no,
this is actually kind of bad. It's not
okay,
the best thing to put in your body.
no, no, no,
So
I
this
know.
is
Yeah,
on
look,
in on pair
yeah,
with alcohol.
yeah.
It's not alcohol, but
No, no.
it's bad.
Uh, yes, but look, I drink maybe one in several months. In several months, only one. Okay, just today I saw a small can and I decided to have it because. But if you have it always, and it is, I have heard that it can be dangerous also. Yeah,
It can be dangerous.
yes, it can be dangerous. That's not good. You have to understand yourself. But alcohol, whatever you drink, even once you drink, you put inside yourself, and that's the principle. Okay, Anton. So I say that maybe somebody drink just a glass of wine once a week. Okay, maybe
Yes,
that's,
exactly. What's
yeah.
it? What if it's a tiny amount?
All right, yeah,
It
I'm
is
telling.
okay.
Yeah, I tell you. Okay, I tell you, explain for you that.
Medicine works
Yeah,
kind of
yes,
the
yes.
same way,
Yeah,
doesn't
I
it?
tell you. Yeah, Anton, I tell you that the principle is important. Okay, when you say that, okay, a little bit is okay, but you cannot control people when you sell it in the supermarkets, okay, or in the stores. Then you cannot control people. The people, it's like that. You say, okay, a little bit of heroin is okay, nothing will happen to you. A little bit of heroin,
Well,
but
heroin is a little much heavier than
okay,
alcohol.
no,
I mean,
no,
come
no,
on.
no. Yes, yes, I tell you that. I'm just saying that the what is it? Okay, opium. Okay,
Okay,
Anton,
opium.
Yes, opium is not that dangerous. A little bit of opium once a month or once a week doesn't kill you, but when you make it available, people will, there are lots of people who use it all the time. Okay, and alcohol. I used to drink alcohol as well. You drink a little bit and you say, oh, nothing happened to me. Okay, let me drink a little bit more. You drink a little bit more and oh, nothing happened to me. Then later comes the effect will come, and then you cannot stop it.
But
You
that
get
doesn't
bad.
happen for everybody.
No,
So some
no,
people
no.
do have self-control.
Okay, yes, I
Some
know.
of
Look,
them.
I know. But Anton, when I came to Sweden, okay, Anton, when I came to Sweden, the Swedish government said that here you cannot drink a bottle of beer, okay, which is 3.5% or something, okay. You cannot drink a bottle of beer and drive, okay. It is forbidden here. But in UK, you can drink a bottle of or can, sorry, not bottle, a can of beer and drive in UK. Here you cannot. It's absolutely forbidden. Why? Because they said that the consequences on some people, maybe with one can of beer, that person becomes drunk and the other one doesn't become. So we cannot say that, okay, we cannot choose people, yeah? So that's why we forbid it for everybody. Alcohol also, some people, yes, have self-control, but many people don't have. So you cannot say, okay, for those people who have self-control, it is halal, but for those who don't have self-control, it's haram. No, you cannot. So you have to, it's like, again, like opium, like heroin, you have to forbid it for everybody because people just cannot control themselves. And we know that alcohol kills a lot of people, okay? And just being available, producing it, okay, is totally bad for the society. Even cigarette, I said, has to be stopped, but not in this way. I don't say that we have to, force people. Or I always say that we have to get rid of the source, the encouragement of producing cigarette or alcohol. Okay, because people are encouraged to produce them because they make money. They make billions of dollars by producing and selling alcohol or cigarette or heroin or whatever. Okay, so when we get rid of the system which allows people to become billionaires by producing these things, then when they cannot become billionaires, they will not produce it anymore. Okay, so what happens? No cigarettes anymore. Nobody's going to produce it. No alcohol, no heroin, because you cannot sell it. Okay, farmers of Afghanistan who produce 90% of the world opium, they will stop it because they cannot sell it. What they
So
produce,
you think
tomatoes and potatoes.
you think alcohol should be banned
I
completely
told you.
because it's dangerous for
No,
people?
yes. Look, first of all, in Sweden we have a movement that want to ban alcohol. Okay, they are not Muslims; they are Swedish. Okay, many of them secular because they see that. And there was a referendum in 1949, something I think. The alcoholism was a lot in Sweden, so the government wanted to ban it. Okay, because they couldn't ban it because 51% of Swedish, they voted against it, against banning it, and 49% voted for banning it, Anton. Can you imagine in Sweden? Okay, they wanted to ban it, but because the government couldn't, so what they did, they put high taxes on alcohol, and they put some liquor store here in Sweden that you can buy alcohol only in this liquor store. You cannot buy it in supermarkets. Okay, you can buy very, very big beer, or I don't think not even wine, just beer, which is 1% or 2%, Anton. Okay, so beer for 1 or 2% you can buy it in supermarket. Before, I remember 30 years ago, you couldn't even buy that one in supermarket. Later they came with that.
That's very
Yeah.
little alcohol.
Yes, but anyway, it wasn't. They were not selling any alcohol in the supermarket. Only in this, we call it, System Bulaget. It is called System Bulaget, yeah, and it was open between 9 in the morning to 6 or 10 in the morning to 6 in the afternoon. Okay, weekdays, only weekdays. So weekends you couldn't go and buy alcohol anywhere. Later,
So what if, for example, somebody? Hold on, give me a second.
yes,
I'll be right back.
yeah, no problem. Yeah. Anyway, I wish that yeah, he come back. This.
Where did that
GNM.
other guy go, Muji?
I
The
know
guy
that
that
exactly.
wasn't agreeing with
Yeah.
you very much.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said that he disappeared, and I hope that he comes back. I don't know.
I did come
Yes, yeah, very good. Anton, yes, you said you were going to ask a question,
Yeah,
please?
so alcohol banning or availability is different in each country.
Yes,
I guess it's more available in other countries like the UK, for example. I don't know.
yeah.
In my
No,
country,
no, 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 no.
for
In Russia, very
okay,
available.
okay, Russia. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't. I've never been to Russia. I am guessing it's very available in Russia.
yes, very
But
available.
in my country, for example, you cannot buy alcohol after a certain time of the day.
Yeah,
During night, you cannot buy alcohol at all.
here too,
And
here too.
on holidays, like festivities, you're not allowed to buy. It's against the law to purchase
Hmm.
alcohol.
Okay.
So I mean, the regulations exist, but you think it should be outright banned because people are dangerous with it, and it's a danger for people? Is that
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
would
Look,
say?
yes, Anton, if you commit suicide, okay, and then or government knows that you are going to commit suicide, the government they will catch you, okay, and put you in some mental hospital or whatever, okay. You are not allowed. You cannot say I'm allowed to commit suicide. No, the government has the power, the right to protect you, okay, your life. So that's also another things that okay, Stephen said I will be listening. Yes, my brother, thank you. Anyway, so that's also another thing that the government, when they see that availability of alcohol is a fact that what is it, more people die, more. I tell you, after I was explaining for you that in Sweden, those liquor store, they are open up to 6 o'clock, like your country, you say, only weekdays. Later, it was few years ago, they said that, okay, Saturdays also open, okay? So they made it Saturdays open. And I heard police said that since we have opened these liquor stores Saturdays, the crime has increased 70%. Okay, I don't know. It was the police was saying that just one extra day, the crime had increased so much. So the government, when they see that availability of alcohol makes so much trouble, so many people, like I in my documentary movie, I can share with you. It is 15 minutes. I made this documentary movie in Russia and in Sweden. You can see that people drink on the street everywhere. In Sweden, you cannot absolutely drink alcohol in the public places, only in bars, discotheques, okay, or at home, okay. So anyway, there hundreds of thousands of people die in Russia because it is more available. There was I had interview with an alcoholic mother. Her son was, in some rehabilitation center, and she was saying that it is for me, alcohol is worse than drug because it is more available. And I had interview with the Swedish alcohol committee. She was saying that we know from the facts that availability will increase the crimes and then death rate and all these things, okay. So when it is like that, then the government has the right to stop people somehow, okay, because it is like committing suicide. It is like, as I said, it's like selling gun on the street, okay, that like in USA, because they sell gun in the stores, so a lot of people get killed. That's why it is banned in Europe. In many countries, it is banned that you sell guns in the stores. Okay, because
And
that one, yes, that one make people to kill each other easier. All right, yeah,
and the Quran prohibits alcohol.
yeah,
So
yeah. Yes, yeah, but it doesn't say like this that it is forbidden. It says alcohol and gambling is a work of Satan. Okay, so stay away from it. So it means that we don't have to go close to it. Okay, so it is somehow, and it is work of Satan. It means that we have to not use it because
but
it is work of Satan. Yeah,
but you are actually forbidden, like right
yeah, it
in
is
Islam.
forbidden. Yes, we can say it is forbidden in Islam. Yes. And I
So
was, yeah, I tell you something else, Anton. I was showing my documentary movie in a meeting. There were some Swedish former alcoholists, and some Muslims as well. Those, when they watched this movie, those former alcoholists, they said that it's very great that in Islam alcohol is forbidden, despite they were alcoholics themselves. They realized how bad it is. They had, they had stopped, they had quit alcohol, and they were very glad that they had quit it, and they were healthy, and they were saying that it's very good that it is forbidden in Islam. And Islam has saved millions of lives throughout the history. Okay, these millions of people who die every year in the world, they are not among Muslims, are not among them. All right, because Muslims, those who are really Muslims, they don't drink alcohol. Okay, so we are saved from this devil, okay, that destroys lives, destroys, kill people. I saw a poor girl. She had come from South America to USA to study. Then one night they were going with friends. Yeah, there were three in the car, and a drunk driver, drove into their car, and the car, got burned, and two of her friends, they died, and she was totally burned. Yeah, just because somebody wanted to have fun and drink alcohol. So I don't know what happened to that driver. When I was making my movie, a drunk driver in Moscow had driven into a bus stand, killing 20 people. Such things are terrible, disaster. It should be somehow stopped. At least should be controlled. Okay, at least like in USA, Obama was trying, these Democrats, Obama was trying to control this gun, the gun sellings in USA, and those who want to make money from selling guns, they were stopping always this voting in the Congress for
yeah, that's
Please.
that's one example of a reason that I don't agree with what you said, that Islam or the Quran saves lives.
Okay.
Because I mean, the alcohol, I mean, this is a hot topic, so to speak.
Okay. Yes.
Right. The same with drugs and weapons and gun control. But the thing is that the Quran doesn't ban other things that
Like
are
what?
harmful, like weapons.
Okay. No, look.
So
No. Look, when you use that
there you go.
weapon, look, when you use banning weapons, okay, then even Muslims shouldn't use weapons when they are attacked, okay, because it is something that Muslims should follow themselves first when they are attacked. So if they cannot take weapons and fight back, no, you have the right to fight back, okay. But what I'm saying that is that, okay, first of all, we have to today we need to have weapons, but we don't need to drink alcohol. Today we need to have weapons because we will get attacked. But in that society, the true Islamic society or world, okay, we will not produce weapons anywhere on the planet. All weapons will disappear because we will not have use of it. We will not have interest to produce it, okay. But today you cannot ban something that we need it, okay, to defend ourselves. But alcohol, we don't need it at all to defend our,
I don't really agree with that. I don't agree that we need weapons. I
Okay,
could change my mind. but I'm
Yeah,
pretty
no,
sure
no,
my position is
no,
that we don't need them anymore.
no, no. Look. I say, look. The Muslims, they needed weapon to fight those enemies. Okay, they needed sword. They needed whatever they had at that time to fight back those who were attacking them. And today also, we need, for example, now we are going to fight Iranian regime. You know that I'm originally Iranian. Yeah, we need to fight the Iranian regime, and they kill people, they execute people, they have guns. So we need weapon to fight them back. Okay, you need weapon to fight ISIS. You need weapon to fight Adolf Hitler, the Nazi Germans. Okay, that's very, very obvious for everybody to understand that we need weapon against those. But in total, we don't need weapons. The humanity doesn't need weapon as long as we realize that we are human and we have to love one another. We have to share with each other. But as long as there are people who attack you, then you need weapon to defend yourself. Okay.
Yeah, I might be thinking too much, like in a
Mhm.
utopia that
Yeah,
we
yeah.
don't no longer need weapons, and that's fine.
No, we
But
don't need. No, sorry, I interrupt you. Sorry, we don't need it in that utopia. I believe in the utopia, Anton. Okay, we don't need in that
yeah,
utopia. No, I
maybe
believe
we're
that we are.
far. Maybe we're
No,
far
no,
from
yeah,
the
we are
utopia
far.
still.
Yes. That's I agree
But
with you. We are very
but
far
the
from that, and I believe that one day we will live in that utopia. But today we need it. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but despite how far we are from that utopia, I mean, I
Hmm.
see the people that need the weapons to defend themselves
Okay.
as akin to the people that drink responsibly, right?
Hmm.
It's the same scenario, because
Okay.
some people are gonna misuse the weapons and are gonna use them for robberies, for example, or for vengeance. But there's the responsible use of that,
All right. Okay.
which is akin to the alcohol, the people
Okay.
that do not abuse the
Okay. So all right. All right.
don't drink
Now
and
I
drive.
yes I understand you now. Okay. Let me tell you. If you
You
have
see.
just okay, no, I know, I understand, but look, the problem is here that if you have the weapon just to defend yourself, okay, it doesn't harm you when it is at home, okay, it doesn't and if you have the alcohol, okay, without drinking it, that's okay. But if you drink it, the problem is that it will harm you, okay. And the another thing is that okay, if you say that you drink maybe one glass of wine, but there was an article in Swedish newspaper. I'm telling you again, it was in Swedish newspaper, in that not a Muslim newspaper, in Swedish newspaper, arguing against those who say that moderation of alcohol is fine. And it was written that it never end up with one glass of wine, okay? Because people
Yeah,
will drink and drink and drink. And
I'm
that
not
was a
I'm not
serious, yeah.
sure. I'm not sure
Yeah.
that applies to everybody. I
No,
am
no, but
sure
yes,
there's
mostly,
I drink
mostly.
alcohol, and
Yeah,
I moderate. I have never
yeah.
been like in a bar fight or in a fight with
Okay.
anybody because of
Yeah,
alcohol.
I know.
I
But
never drink and drive.
yeah.
You know,
Okay.
there's
But there are,
people.
yeah, millions of people who do that, okay, and that's dangerous, okay. And as I said, we cannot say that. Okay, that's why I say gun is forbidden in Sweden. Okay, you cannot buy gun. Only the government has the gun because they know how to use it. Okay, and people have not the right to own guns in Sweden and countries like Sweden, in European countries, all of them, as I know. Okay, but in USA, that's the wrong thing. That because these weapon cartels, they want to make money. That's why they sell it in the stores and people can go and buy it. That's why they it is exactly the same. You cannot control people. When you sell it, people, even bad people, go and buy it and kill people. So that's why it should be banned. Selling of alcohol, of guns should be banned in USA. Okay, at least control it. At least that's the minimum. In European countries, it is forbidden. I think it's everywhere in the world except USA. Yeah, am I right? Where do you
Do,
live? You live in France or
no, I live in Mexico.
Mexico? Oh yeah,
My
sorry.
my personal position is that the guns should be banned But I'm sure a lot of people will argue against me just for
Okay.
saying that. That's fine. But what do you think? Do you think they should be banned as well?
No, I look. There are two different. First of all, I say there shouldn't be guns at all. But that's the utopia we were talking about. That is very long. We are far from that utopia. Okay, today we are not living in that utopia. Today we are living in this real world. I say guns should be banned in the hand of ordinary people. Okay, but the governments, you cannot ban gun in the hand of the governments because it is not possible today. Sweden needs gun to defend itself. Maybe Russia will attack Sweden. Ukraine needs guns because they are attacked by Russia. Okay, so unfortunately today governments need gun, and that's totally different with the alcohol because, as I said, I say it should be banned by people. I mean, people shouldn't have guns in their hands. I think it is forbidden. It is banned even in Mexico. Am I right? Only these criminals they carry gun. Okay?
Yes, it is banned.
Yes. So
Right.
that's totally different subject. I mean, you cannot compare it to banning the alcohol. Okay, banning the alcohol is for average people. Average people, they drink to point of drunkenness. They in Russia, over 30,000 people every year they freeze to death because they drink, okay, in wintertime, and they lie down somewhere and they freeze to death. Okay.
So what if there are other things for the average people that also cause a lot of problems, like kill a lot more people, for example?
Like what? Can you please explain?
Like
Hello,
I don't know. I don't have the statistics. I could be
Okay.
wrong, but for example, cigarettes,
Okay.
that could be even worse. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it
Anton,
depends on the country. What about
Yeah.
cars? Cars,
No, Anton. Okay.
vehicles kill a lot of people.
Yes. Okay. Anton, I have said this argument a lot of time, and the fact is that 5 million people die from cigarette every year. Yes, more than anything, more than wars. Okay, more than alcohol. Alcohol is just several millions, but cigarette 5 million. And I know that by 2050 it will reach
Are
to.
cigarettes haram? I don't remember.
No, it doesn't. No, the cigarette didn't exist. Okay, but anything that harms you in Quran, yeah, anything that harms you is haram. Okay, so cigarette harms you, then that's up to scholars. Okay, scholars haven't said, but anybody understand. Anybody should understand, according that words of Quran, that anything that harms you is haram. Okay, forbidden. So this is harming you. You can get lung cancer, and it is very, very likely that you get lung cancer and you die. Then that's why it should be haram. Yes, but cars you mentioned, Anton.
Cars are pretty bad.
Yes.
They
Look.
kill a lot of people.
Okay. Yes.
A lot of people
Look.
die because of cars.
Yes. Look, Anton. Look, please. Do we need, for example, food also can kill people? But do we need food? Yes.
We
Do we
can't
need
ban food.
Yes. No.
What
exactly.
about scissors?
No,
People
look,
sometimes run with scissors,
No,
and they.
no,
I
no.
know it's a silly example.
No,
but
I know,
I mean,
but Anton, yes, look,
everything can be dangerous.
No, yes, Anton. But do we need? Okay, do we need food? Yes. Do we need car? You cannot say no. We don't need car. We need car to reach our destination faster, or we cannot live like 1,000 years ago by horse, by donkeys travel because
we
our
have
cities.
bicycles now.
No,
they're safer and they are
Okay, yes.
much cleaner.
Yes, Anton, yes, I understand. Anton, first of all countries, they don't have the possibilities like Sweden, but even in Sweden, where we have road for bicycles, some people working 1 hour away by train or by car, okay? You cannot travel by bicycle 1 hour. Is like, it takes you at least half a day to cycle that place. Okay. Some
yeah,
people,
it is pretty far.
and yes,
But-
and then here we have winter, minus 10, 12 degree. You cannot cycle to the job. it is slippery, it is very dangerous, it's very cold. So that's why you need car. And then of course it is better that you take local traffic, but local, because I usually myself take local traffic, but you cannot always go to places that you want to go. For example, in summer I want to go somewhere near the beach or something with my family. Yeah, it is very difficult to take yourself there by local traffic. Okay, so that's why we use car, but seldom. Okay, so and then it's not only about danger, it's not it is not good for environment either that you use unnecessarily use the car. So that's why I agree with you that we have to use the cars necessarily, not unnecessarily. Just 5 minutes away from your home, you take the car and go for shopping. No, go walk, yeah, or go by bicycle. But if it is a long distance, okay, yes, we need, okay, airplane also dangerous, but we want to travel somewhere, other countries, then we have to take the airplane. It might be dangerous. So something that we need, it is necessarily, then we cannot ban it. But something that we don't need it, we don't need cigarettes, we don't need alcohol, we don't need, I don't know, guns to only.
But cigarettes are not haram. I mean,
I told you that, yes, I told you that one would understand itself, okay, not God, because it couldn't say that 1400 years ago cigarette is haram, because cigarette didn't exist. People would say, what is cigarette? Heroin is haram. What?
There was,
No.
I'm pretty sure there was smoking. There was no
No,
cigarettes, but there was.
Let me tell you,
like,
Anton. No,
other organic smoking.
no,
so to speak.
No, Anton. Cigarettes, tobacco came from America by Christopher Columbus to Europe. There was no cigarette. There was
Okay,
no.
I am going to believe you because I
No,
don't
no,
know.
I tell you.
I don't
I
know
know that.
myself.
I know that.
I-
Yeah, it is a fact. It is a fact. Check it. Yeah,
It's
was
okay.
just. It was just. Indians. They were smoking, and when Christopher Columbus came to America, he saw it. Then he brought it here to Europe, and then start to spread other places. So before didn't exist. For example, even heroin and such a thing didn't exist. I don't think even in Arabia opium existed, despite it existed in Asia. Yeah, but even that one didn't exist because it was not so common that the people take such a things. But anyway, it says that anything intoxication is haram. Okay, understand? Something
Okay.
that intoxicate you is yes.
The alcohol is not only used for. Hold on, give me a second. I will be right
Yes,
back.
yes. Salaam alaikum, my brother Azri.
Walaikum salam, Mr. Muji. How are
How
you?
are you, inshallah? Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. How about you?
Oh, okay, I'm also fine. Where's Martin?
Martin, he's what is it? He traveled to USA because Joe Biden needed some help, economy advice. So he called him, and he should go there and advise Joe Biden.
Okay.
So
Hello,
I will
Anton.
tell him. I will tell him. Yeah. What?
Hello, Anton.
Hello, person from the stream.
Yeah, hello.
What's your Azri?
Azri.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Azri.
Azri is from Malaysia.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
nice. I have never met anybody from Malaysia before.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So-
I have been to
Yeah.
Mexico. I have been to Malaysia. So I have been many countries actually.
I have
Yeah.
never been to Malaysia.
Yeah. I have been to Malaysia.
Is Malaysia like cold? What I don't even
No.
remember where it is.
No, it is tropical weather, and it is near Singapore, Indonesia, those parts, Far East. Far East.
Yes.
Yes.
In the equator line. There's
Yes.
no 4 seasons here.
There is no 4 season. It's just 1 season or 2 season. Is rainy season and dry season. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. They have 2
Yeah.
seasons: rain season and dry season.
It must
And
be nice.
yes, yeah, Kuala Lumpur. I've been there, and they have
But-
many. Malaysia, truly Asia.
Is there a lot of Muslims in there?
They are
Yes,
mostly Muslims. They are mostly Muslims.
More
Mostly
than
Muslim.
60%, more than 70%.
Nice.
It's
Hello.
an Islamic country.
It's
Yeah.
like in my country, like 60% are Catholics.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Sam disappeared. What happened?
there was a fourth person in here.
Yeah. He disappeared. I lived
You
again.
kicked him.
No. I said hello, then he disappeared. I leave the link again. Please join. Yeah. Yes. Malaysia. I was in Kuala Lumpur, and it was nice. It has very nice nature. Malaysia, truly Asia. Yeah. There is that commercial about Malaysia. They have very beautiful islands. Yeah, Azri. Yeah.
But the infrastructure is quite bad for the islands. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, the nature is nice.
Yeah. Okay. But
Yeah.
like you guys were talking before, I agree with Anton.
Okay.
We need to value life. I believe that capitalism needs workers, right? So maybe money should value life. There shouldn't be any war. There shouldn't be things to take a life, something like that.
Yeah. But yes, Azri, they shouldn't be. But the thing is that the system encourages people to do that. Okay. So if you don't want such a things, then you have to remove the source. For example, you cannot say uh, several children are playing with knife in the room. Okay. You cannot say it would be good if they didn't touch the knives and they didn't injure themselves. No, they do that. Okay, they are children, they do that, and it's better to remove the knife instead of thinking that I wish that they don't do that, they don't touch the knife. Okay.
But
So
knives are tools. They are
yeah,
also necessary for a certain task.
no, this
How
is
can you ban
example.
all knives?
No, Anton, it is example. I'm not saying about, I say that children, okay, you cannot put the knife among children, okay, and wish that, okay, and tell them not to touch it, it is dangerous. They are children, they might touch it, okay. Of course, the knife, I'm not talking about exactly the knife can be in the kitchen, and parents must use it, okay. So just I'm saying that children might use it and then harm themselves. So remove it from there, okay, from the among the children. So the thing is that what this example is about, the capitalist system, that in this system you allow people to become rich billionaires by producing weapons, and they need to sell it. Okay, for example, in Middle East, they because they need to sell weapons, they create conflict in the Middle East, because without conflict they cannot sell their weapons. That's why they support dictators, governments in the Middle East, so that they start war and so on. And the tobacco companies, they produce cigarettes because they become billionaires by that. If they cannot become billionaires,
There's a thing that I wanted to ask you since I joined and I forgot.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you're speaking about how the governments are doing bad because of they only want to get rich.
Yeah.
And
not all, of course, not all. Yeah, but anyway,
well,
most
not
of
all of them. But for example, Iran.
Mhm.
I as I understand, you don't support Iran.
I have been, not Iran. I am originally from Iran myself. Okay.
Iran.
But
Iran.
yes. Iran is correct as well. But anyway, I'm originally from Iran, and I'm fighting the government there. Okay, the Iranian people are fighting the government, because government is a corrupted mafia, terrorist, fascist government. Okay.
So
yes.
yeah, that's one thing we have in common, despite me being a disgusting apostate.
Mhm.
I don't like the Iran government,
Mhm.
and I was wondering if you could like complain about Iran. What is it that they do wrong that you could tell me
Okay,
about?
yes. Everything they do is wrong. Everything. Yes, they rob the country. Okay, and they steal the money. And for example, people are very poor now. The economy is absolutely destroyed. Okay, Anton, I heard an interview with Hamas leader. Okay, Hamas leader. He said,
Hamas.
Hamas, yeah, Hamas. You know Hamas, the
Yes,
Palestinian organization.
I
The
know. I
leader,
know.
yes. The leader, he was in Iran, and he said that they met this Qasem Soleimani, the terrorist general who was killed by Donald Trump, okay, in Iraq. So anyway, they had a meeting with him, and they said that we need money, okay. You know what happened? He said that in the morning we saw all our luggages were filled with money, $22 million, okay.
But
He's-
Hamas is extremist, right?
Yes,
So
exactly. They don't care about that. Okay, look at here. What I'm saying to you is that while people are dying in Iran, okay, they are living under poverty. They just put $22 million in their bags, and he said that the guy was saying that just because our luggage didn't take more place, that's why we didn't get more money. Otherwise, they were going to give them hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay, and they give to Hezbollah $700 million every year. They give to Hezbollah billions of dollars they have given to Assad regime in Syria. So they rob Iranian people. They take our money and give it to all terrorists around the world. Okay, to ISIS, to Al Qaeda, to to Hezbollah, to all other, and then spend it in Yemen war, in Syria, and so on. So everything they do is wrong. They are not Muslim. They are a bunch of mafia. They put these monies in their account, okay, in their bank account, okay. So everything they do is wrong. I think these are some of those things. They support all terrorist organizations in the world, every terrorist organization, even Al Qaeda, okay, and ISIS.
I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is unsettling. I, however, don't agree that makes them necessarily not Muslim, but
No, I say that because they don't believe in Islam, Anton. Okay.
Well, I know. I think
makes them.
I honestly think they do, but I mean,
No. Look, Anton. Let me tell you who is a Muslim. Okay. Let me tell you who is a Muslim.
I'm not trying to defend them, by the way.
No. I understand you. I understand you. But what I'm telling you, who is a Muslim? A person, let's say a Marxist, okay, a Marxist who is, according Quran, a Marxist like Ernesto Che Guevara, okay, is much more Muslim than hundreds of millions of Muslims, because he followed the command of Allah, followed the command of God, and he sacrificed himself for his own kind. The more good deed you do, the more Muslim you are. The more bad deed you do, the more kafir you are. Kafir in Islam is not disbelief, okay? Is your action, your bad action. When you reject Allah's command, which is doing good deeds, loving people, okay, when you reject that and you go opposite that, you are not a Muslim, okay? Whatever you say, read chapter 107, verse 1 through 7. You want me to read it for you?
Okay? Wait, what's the name of 107? Is it?
Yes, let me bring it for you. Chapter 107.
Al-Maun. Al-Maun.
Maun.
Yeah, Maun.
Or Maun. I might pronounce it incorrectly.
Yes.
I thought the definition of kafir was those who hide the truth.
Yeah, no, it's not to hide the truth. It is, in the interpretation is let me see. The interpretation is that those who reject Allah's command. Okay, the true interpretation is that those who reject Allah's command. Like I will give you the example of the verse that why it is that. Okay, I will tell you now. Chapter 107, verse 1. Have you seen the one who denies the religion? That is the one who repulses the orphan and does not encourage the feeding of the poor. So woe to those who pray. Who are praying? These are the Muslims, okay? Yet are not mindful of their prayers. Those who only show off and refuse to give even the simplest aid. So in Quran, you believe or you disbelieve is the same when you do the same thing. You do not feed the poor, you do not take care of orphans, okay? So your prayer is just showing up, all right?
Yes, but taking care of the orphans is not the only command.
No, that's
Right.
not, I'm not saying this is the only, no, look,
I mean,
this
I
is,
fall
this is,
I fall into that category as well.
no, no, look, I say, what it says that, what is it? It says that these are some of the commands, okay? You are, if you don't do that, Anton, okay, I'm telling you, if you don't take care of the poor, and if you can, of course, yeah, maybe you cannot, or orphans, okay, that's a bad deed, but that's not make you, take you to hell or whatever, okay? If you can and you don't help, that's a bad deed, all right? But it doesn't mean that you are a kafir, okay? Okay, you are a kafir. I'm a kafir.
What
too,
would
okay?
make me a kafir? Because
Okay.
let's say I help the poor, but I
Okay.
also eat pork.
All right.
Not because I have to, but
Okay.
because
All right.
I like
Yeah,
bacon, for example.
I know.
Like
Okay. Let
that's
me
one of the regulations.
Okay. Let me
Right.
tell you. Yes, Anton. Look, let me tell you. Let me see. Wait. Indeed, those believe. I will have to give you those who believe, obey Allah. Okay. Yeah. Chapter 2, verse 34. Okay. Chapter 2, verse 34. When we told the angels, bow down before Adam, they all bowed, but not Iblis. Iblis is the Satan. Okay.
Iblis. Why do you know why it's changed into Iblis? Well,
Okay.
this is one thing I don't know.
No, Iblis is the name, okay? This angel's name or this jinn name was Iblis. It is his name, okay? All right? That's the name of him, okay? Like
That is his
what is
name.
it? Like Gabriel, okay? Gabriel, also an angel, and his name is Gabriel, okay? Iblis was that angel, or we say was a jinn, okay? But his name was Iblis, okay? So he say, all bowed, but not Iblis, who refused and was arrogant, and he became a kafir, okay? So he became a kafir because he reject Allah's command, okay? So I am also, Anton, I am also a kafir, okay, when I do a bad deed, okay? I don't say that I never do bad deeds. I'm a fallible
Human being?
human being. Yes. So, but we are all kafirs, okay? But how big is our kufr? For example, if I kill somebody, an innocent person, okay, that kufr might take me to hell, okay? But you eat pork, but instead you do a lot of good deeds. Those are also, you are following the commands of Allah, okay? So just that simple bad deeds, kufr, which is eating pork, take you to hell? No, all right? So this is my belief, all right? Understanding. Do you understand, Anton, so far? Yeah. Kafir
Yes.
kafir is when you reject his commands for doing good deeds, being a human being, okay? And it is not rejecting rejecting God, or doesn't, because Satan believed in God, not believed in God. He was talking to God, okay? He was there. He didn't disbelieve in God. He became a kafir because he rejected his command. So rejecting his command is kafir, not disbelieving in him. Chapter 16, verse 83 says, they recognized the favor of Allah, then they denied, and most of them are kafir, okay? So not all of those who reject his, Allah and his favor are kafir, okay? Most of them are kafir. Disbelievers, most of them are kafir, here says chapter 16, verse 83. Chapter 98, verse 1 says, those who commit kufr among the people of the scripture. So if disbelief is, if kufr is disbelief, then those who commit kufr among the people of scripture. Who are these people of scripture? They are Christian and Jews, okay? So either Christian and Jews are all disbelievers, okay, or none, all right? But here it says among them. So what among them is what? Not all of them, okay? It's a percentage of them, okay, maybe 50% or 60%. All right, you understand, Anton? Yeah, this is
Yeah.
language
The-
and it is information. So let me explain for you. And this is information. Yes. So it is either all of them or none of them. So who are those who are kafir among Christian and Jews? So kafir is those who do bad deeds. Yeah, those among them who commit bad deeds is those who commit kufr. Not all of them. All right. Yes, please.
But it's more specific than that. It's not really bad deeds. It's the ones who hide the truth about God. It's
Yes. No.
specific about God,
No. Okay.
isn't it?
No. Look, it is about rejecting His command. Okay.
So
which
there's some
okay, the
people
truth.
that reject some of the commands of God, not
Okay.
all of
Yes.
them.
Not all of them. Okay. So
So
they
they
commit.
would be kafirs.
No. Okay. Yeah, I said that I am also kafir. Everybody is a kafir. Okay, because we always do something wrong. Okay, but that kufr is very, very minor. Okay, very minor. Allah says, Anton says that if you avoid major bad deeds, I will forgive your minor bad deeds. Okay, understand? So minor bad deeds is He knows that we are infallible. We are fallible, and He knows that we make mistakes. Okay, that's why that little bad deeds, minor bad deeds, is also kufr, but it doesn't necessarily take you to hellfire. Okay. And
Yeah,
naive
I'm
says,
not.
Moji.
I'm not sure about that.
Okay, sorry.
Like, I mean, I know other verses that say other things that that are not as good as that one in particular.
All right.
Like,
Sorry, I have to say fast. Naive
Okay.
has asked a question. I will answer that one shortly after.
actually,
Anton says-
that's a good question. You can. I saw that in the chat.
Yeah. Okay, I
That's a
didn't
good
see it.
question. You can
Sorry, I didn't see that. So
go
it's
ahead and
written.
answer it.
Yeah, let me highlight it so that everybody else see that. Yeah, Moji, is Shia Islam better or is Sunni Islam better? Okay, I cannot say which one is better. Both have some mistake. Okay, I tell you. For example, I don't like when Shias they go to these shrines. You know, they make them like like a holy place. I like when Sunnis do just prostrate towards God and so on, and they are more how do you say it? I don't come to the word, but anyway,
So, what do
they-
the Shias do wrong?
the
What
Shia
is
do wrong,
something that
yes.
you don't like about the Shias?
Yes. One of the wrong thing they do is that they have these shrines, yeah, and they have, for example, 12 imams. Okay, from Ali radiallahu. Ali was prophet.
Companion.
Yes, prophet's cousin and son-in-law. He was the closest companion of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And from him to his children, 12 children, yeah, or 11 children. So together with him is 12. Yeah, all of them, they have a shrine, and these shrines are very big, and they are gold. For me, they symbolize some temples in India. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hindus.
I understand that because I
Yes.
think somewhere in the Quran it speaks against opulence, or I don't know what the
Mhm.
word would be, like showing off riches.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Um,
Yeah.
There's a word for that. I don't know if it's
Oh.
opulence.
Okay, I don't remember, but yeah, this is, I say, it's a little bit like paganism. Okay, what they do, I don't like that. Okay, but I don't call them pagans, but it is anyway. I disagree with them. All right, and I disagree with the Sunni Muslim in some parts. Okay, for example, I see that of course
Is
Shia
Sunni
Muslim
better?
also.
Are they better? The Sunni?
I don't say they are better, because they have some misunderstanding also. Like, for example, they call the enemy of Ali radiallahu, okay, who was Muawiyah, they prize even him, okay, despite the Quran itself, how do you say, curse such a people, okay, call them Hippocrates, munafiqun, all right, and curse them because they kill believers. Quran says that if they kill believers intentionally, they will be companion of the fire, okay,
They will go
and
to hell.
they will go to hell. Quran says, yeah, this is what Quran says, all right. But if they kill a believer, it says that if you kill a believer unintentionally, by mistake,
Accidentally. I know.
accidentally, then you have to pay that, you have to free a slave and so on, okay. Allah
know.
forgives you, but if you do it intentionally, then you will go to hell, okay. And these people, they were fighting the caliph of Islam, and they killed a lot of of his soldiers and companions and so on. And that's you cannot be by mistake,
Yeah.
So either one side was wrong. You cannot say both sides were right, okay. Ali was right, so either Ali and his side were wrong, or Muawiyah, which I believe that Muawiyah, because he was son of Abu Sufyan. Abu Sufyan was the greatest enemy of Islam, okay. And then his son was Yazid.
What was his
son
name?
was
Abu. What?
Abu Sufyan.
Can you write it in the chat so
Yes,
I can?
yes. Yeah, Abu Sufyan.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
character.
he was a merchant, and he was the richest, I think, man in in Mecca, and he was the greatest enemy of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And
I thought he was Mughira.
No,
Was
he
it
was
not
Abu
Mughira?
Sufyan. Abu Sufyan, and the Prophet Muhammad once he seized Abu Sufyan's caravan. Okay, it is mentioned. Yeah, he was the one whose caravan was seized and taken as, and then his wife was the one who killed Prophet's uncle Hamza, radiallah. Okay.
Wait. Wife of Abu Sufyan.
Abu Sufyan, yes, Abu Sufyan.
Killed
Her
him.
name was Hind. Okay.
Who did she kill?
Killed Hamza radiallahu, Prophet's uncle, in the battle.
Oh,
Yeah.
the other uncle, Hamza.
Sorry, Hamza. Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
No. His wife hired a slave who was good in throwing these arrows. Yeah. So she asked him, if you kill Hamza, I will set you free. So he killed him, and she set him free. Yeah. And yes, this family, they gave birth to this Muawiyah, and Muawiyah was the biggest enemy of Ali radiallahu, and his son was Yazid, who killed Prophet's grandson Hussein. Yeah, Prophet's grandson was killed by Yazid. Him and his companions, 72 people, were killed.
I thought he didn't have any sons.
No. His grandson, I said, not son. His grandson.
So how does he have a grandson?
No. His daughter was married to Ali radiallahu, Prophet's daughter, Fatima. Yeah. She was married to Ali radiallahu. That's why I said Ali radiallahu was his cousin and son-in-law, both son-in-law as well. Yeah. And then they had several children. Two of them were Hassan and Hussein. Okay.
Interesting.
And yes, Hussein was he people wrote him from a city in Iraq. They wrote him Kufa. The name of the city was Kufa. They wrote him a letter. If you come here, we will support you, because that Yazid was a dictator. Okay. And they wanted to get rid of him. So they said that to Hussein, if you come here, we will support you, and we'll bring down Yazid. So when Hussein came with his companion there, so people became afraid and they didn't support him. So he was left alone. But he didn't want to fight. He wanted to go back. But Yazid surrounded him and said that you either accept my caliphate, caliphate. You accept my caliphate or you have to fight. Then Hussein said that no, I would fight. I would never accept your caliphate. Okay, so they were 72 people who were massacred that day. It is Ashura, the 10th day of Ashura. They were massacred and their family were taken as prisoners of war. Then several years later, people gathered and then they attacked Yazid and I think they killed him. Okay, so anyway, there were all these things there, and I do not believe that both sides were innocent. One side was guilty, and I believe that that side was guilty. The Muawiyah and his son, they were dictators. So I disagree with both sides in certain things, and I agree with both sides in certain things. Okay.
So to recap, you think Sunni is better than Shia?
No, I don't say that Sunni is better. Some parts I say Shia is better. Some parts Sunni is better. So I cannot decide like that. That one is better than the other one. Okay. So yes, I cannot decide, unfortunately, because
so you did mention that the verse about killing unintentionally and intentionally a believer, a Muslim.
It's about yes.
If you kill one intentionally, you go to hell.
Yes, it's written in Quran. Yes, you will be companion of the fire. Yes.
So do you think? I personally think that would be unfair. I know killing intentionally is bad, but I still consider it unfair. Do you consider it fair?
Okay, look, this is God's decision. Okay, that it is because it's beyond my decision and my understanding to interfere in His judgment. Okay, He's all knowing, all wise. Okay, so if He decide to, and then on another side, He says that Allah will forgive whom He please and will punish whom He will please. Yeah. So I don't know whom He is going to punish and whom He's going to forgive. All right. So I cannot say that. If He decide to punish somebody, then I cannot say, oh, it is unfair. Oh God, okay, He's the Almighty God, and I'm not going to, like the guy who was debating me on the chat was saying that, he was trying to say that it is why we need Quran or you have to do like this. I was telling him that, look, I see these verses of Quran that says, take care of orphans, take care of the poor, and so on, do good deeds, okay? So I'm not going to think about that something like which I don't understand, say because of that, I'm not going to follow these verses. No, I will follow these verses, okay? And when he realized that, and I said that why you try so much to reject Quran and do bad deeds, okay? If you do good deeds, that's all, great. You don't need to think that, did God know that I'm going to bad person? And then if He knew, then why He was creating me all these, philosophical questions, okay? He just wants you to do good deeds, that's all. Please follow that.
But that's from my perspective, that's problematic. Because I mean, the verses that tell you to do good deeds are fine.
Yeah. Okay.
But like pretending that the other verses are not even there, or we don't understand them.
No. I'm not. It wasn't talking. No, it wasn't talking about a verse of Quran. He was saying that if God knows everything, okay, then He should knew that if He create me, I might go and kill people, okay? So then He shouldn't create me, okay? So why I have to worship a God that created me despite He knew that I'm going to? I said, come on, these are, first of all, these are not in Quran that God says that I know what you're going to do, okay, in your life. No, there is no such a verse. I haven't seen such a verse.
He is all-knowing. He should know.
Yes, he's all-knowing, but I don't know if He knows even these, okay, because there are maybe things that not necessarily that you should know. Okay, if you don't know, it means that you are
So-
not all knowing. Okay,
So that
All right.
that is interesting. There could be things that God wouldn't know, according to
Okay,
what you think. What
maybe, for example, okay, scientists, they think that maybe it's possible that we create a time machine, okay, and travel to the future. Some do not believe that it is possible, okay, but maybe God has a time machine, okay, can travel to the future and see what I'm going to do. But he knows what I'm going to do, but it is not that he decided what I'm going to do. It is my decision, okay? I decide to kill somebody tomorrow. Not that he put this in my what is it? He decided for example, it is not like a scenario, okay, Anton? It's not like a scenario that, okay, Muji, in 2020, let's say end of January 2020, he go kill somebody, then end of December, he go and rob a bank, and then, and like this, yeah? He hasn't written this. This is me who decide, okay? But if he knows such a thing, it doesn't mean that he has decided such a thing, okay? He hasn't decided. This one I understand. This one I believe that he hasn't decided. It is me who decide. But if he knows it, it's something else. Okay.
Entertain for me the following thought,
Yeah.
because I'm gonna defend God for a little
Yeah.
bit, as weird as that sounds,
Okay.
because I like science a lot,
Mhm.
and I studied science, and I'm not a scientist myself,
Mhm.
but I do understand a few things,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say in God's advocate, like defending God, that if you have a time machine, you still don't necessarily know what's gonna happen. Now, that doesn't
Mhm.
mean that God wouldn't know. Maybe he would, but even having a time machine doesn't give you that certainty, right?
Mhm. Okay.
So, taking that aside, which is like me arguing for God, as strange as that sounds, would you think that people that say that being, whether if it's God or some other being, is all knowing, would you think that people made a mistake and maybe the term is wrong? That calling somebody all knowing is not correct?
Okay. Let me see. Look.
I don't know if this is confusing, but
Okay. Yes, I understand. Look, like I take it in this way that, okay, God knows everything. Okay. He says that even if a leaf falls from a tree, okay, he knows it. All right. So what I'm thinking about God knows everything, it means that perhaps, this is what I say perhaps, is that in this way that everything that happens in this universe, after it happens, okay, he get the information. For example, I am talking to you now, all right? This information reaching that I'm talking to you, and he knows all these, okay? And
yeah, but not in the future. Not in the
yeah, well,
future.
not in the future, yeah, not in the future, but what I'm talking to you, what I'm going to do tomorrow, maybe he doesn't know. But okay, Anton, if I'm thinking about tomorrow I'm going to do this, okay, then he knows that, because this
Right.
information,
He would.
yes,
He would
yes,
know it.
yes,
But
this
if you don't think
information.
about it, he
No, if
wouldn't.
I don't think of this, perhaps he
But,
wouldn't. Yeah, maybe
perhaps he
suddenly
would,
it comes.
I would put it like as a comparison, like make a square circle. Like
Okay,
that's an impossibility, right?
yeah, yeah,
Like
that's a
that
possibility.
kind
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah,
Like maybe what I'm trying to get at is that maybe calling him all knowing is not correct.
okay. But maybe look,
When
maybe it is correct.
people
Yeah,
call him
look, maybe
all
it is
knowing.
correct. No, no, look, maybe it is correct, but our understanding of all knowing is incorrect. Okay, all knowing maybe means this. Okay, that okay, he knows everything that is going to is happening. Okay, everything that is happening and everything that has happened in the past, okay? But you don't necessarily need to know what is going to happen in the future. Okay, he knows that what's going to happen in the future for the planet Earth, for example, the universe, how long it's going to expand, because he decides when he's going to stop it, okay? These things, definitely he knows. But what I'm going to do tomorrow, okay, if he doesn't know, it doesn't mean that he doesn't know everything, okay? It doesn't mean that, all right?
Yeah,
it doesn't
what-
make it that not all knowing.
Can I
Yes.
say something?
Yes,
say
please.
something.
Okay. I think the concept of God is knowing is based on the context of the Quran verse.
Okay.
From my understanding, it means that He is hearing and seeing. He knows the things that you do in secret and things that you do in public.
Yes.
That's what you
Yes.
mean.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm
Yes,
not
but
actually
that's what-
criticizing God at this
Yeah.
point. I'm actually
no.
criticizing people and how they describe God. I'm
Yes,
saying
exactly.
people are likely making a mistake.
Misunderstanding it. Perhaps.
Us,
Yeah.
the people.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Perhaps they misunderstanding this word all knowing. Yeah, they think all knowing must know even what I'm going to do. For example, now I'm going to pick up this glass. Yeah, then he should know it from before. So it means that I don't have any control. You know?
So my personal position is that if people can make this, because this is just an example, if people can make this kind of mistake or misunderstanding, the people, then what else can people be wrong about when they are describing God?
Yes. Just Joe says God knows. Okay.
Yeah, Allah knows
God,
best. I know.
yes. Of course, Just Joe is a Christian. Yeah, God knows. Yes, we know that. Yeah, but this is again our understanding. Just Joe. Okay, we don't say that's exactly how we say it. No, we don't say that. But this is our understanding. Okay, and my understanding is that I decide what to do tomorrow, and it is not God's who decide. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fair to punish me if I do something wrong, because it is his decision, which
By the
is
way,
not.
there's usually a guy here that I enjoy. I forgot his
Martin?
name. He's who?
Martin?
Martin. Yes.
Yeah.
How come Martin is not around?
But I told Azri that Joe Biden needed some help, and yes, he went there to help Joe Biden. Some economy problem. He got some economy problem with USA, and then he was supposed to be there. I'm joking, Anton. So
Oh, you are. I thought you were serious.
No, I'm joking, of course. No, he said that he's busy. Just that. Yeah, I think
Oh,
sometimes he goes surfing and so on. Time is all knowing. Sorry, time is all knowing. God raised up Pharaoh,
the Pharaoh.
and God
I'm
pulled him
guessing the
down.
one from Moses, because
Yeah,
there's
Pharaoh
another
is.
Pharaoh with
Yeah, no,
Joseph.
Yeah, perhaps. He means perhaps that one. Peace be with you. Hello, salam alaikum, my brother Rashid. Please join us. Here is
That's
the
Rashid.
link. Yes, that's Rashid. We would love to discuss with you. Let's see. This is a good topic, brother Rashid. It's about God knows if we are going to do something tomorrow. If He's
God
all
knows things in
knowing.
the future.
Yes, if God is all knowing, okay, then does He know that we are going to kill somebody in the future and so on? Because somebody asked me this.
Yeah,
I don't know the name in English, obminence or something like this. Let me see.
And
It
I don't know
was
if Rashid heard, but what I was saying is that maybe people are describing him incorrectly.
Mhm.
That was my point, and I brought an example.
Yeah. Let me see if the English he was saying that if God is forgot about. Okay. Salam alaikum, brother Rashid.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
How are
Hello,
you,
Rashid.
inshallah?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. Brother Azri is here too.
Mr. Muji is happy Brother Rashid is on.
Yeah, of course. I'm very happy. Definitely. I'm happy every one of you here. Okay. And especially Brother Rashid. Okay. So let me see. I forgot. Where was it? Yes, Brother Rashid, what do you think about this concept that if God is all knowing, does he know? Somebody was asking, saying that if he knew uh, that what we are going to do, I mean, we are going to kill and so on, why he
In the future.
decided to create us if he knew, yes, in the future and so on. Yeah.
No, I mean, I
So
don't,
if,
personally, I don't take that view that God knows in terms of our actions as to what we are going to do or which choices we are going to make. I don't think he knows it in that way that we think. I think that the claim that God is omniscient, that he knows the future and every single thing, every single detail, and all that. I don't think that claim is Quranically based. So some people may point to certain verses where Allah says, "Wallahu bi kulli shay'in alim," that Allah is of all things knowing. Those kinds of statements. But
Are you sure? It's
Huh?
not Quranic.
Yeah.
Doesn't it say somewhere that he knows what you're going to do?
No. I mean, he says, وَيَعْلَمْ مَا تَكْسِبُ كُلُّ نَفْسٍ, like he knows what each soul earns. Like, he knows that, what each soul earns, what each person earns.
Wait, I don't remember the one I said. Maybe I'm wrong. I wish I had a Quran with me. But what about when he says that he knows when your destined time is gonna come in the grave?
yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
but
don't.
in terms of, for example, death and that kind of thing. But here
So
we're talking about choices and things like that. Like you don't have a choice or determining if you're going to go to hell or heaven and that kind of stuff. No, I don't think that he knows that kind of stuff before the choice is made by the individual. Like, for
For
example,
example, yes,
he
yes,
created
please.
you, like he didn't predetermine you going to hell or predetermine you going to heaven before you were actually born. If I think that these are common claims that have been imposed onto the text. They do exist in certain hadith literatures, but those hadiths are actually extremely problematic, particularly when it comes to the idea or the concept of predestination. They are extremely problematic, those hadiths, and because they talk about certain things which the Quran does not talk about or doesn't even recognize that sort of debate that was happening at the time. After the Prophet had died, then people got into these sorts of debates about predestination. Is it real? Is it not? And the Muslim community was split into different groups. Some people who believe that he did, some people that he does, some people who didn't believe that he did.
So what do you think? That there is predestination or there is no predestination?
Absolutely not. I don't think that's possible. That there is a predestination. Otherwise, what would be the point? Because Allah says that that we do not create all this in play, and Allah also says that we did not. That law aradna an nattakhidha lahwan, that if we wanted to take a distraction, if we wanted to do something to distract ourselves, because that's what that seems. And people were saying that, like, look, why does God need to do all this stuff? Like, is it because he's bored and and that kind of thing? So Allah responds to that question or to that thought that لو أردنا أن نتخذ لهوا لاتخذناه منا, that he said that if we wanted to just to distract ourselves, we would have just done that with ourselves. We wouldn't involve you guys. Like, if that's what God wanted to do. we just choose a much better distraction than this, than something like this, because this is just petty. So when it comes to that sort of conversation, when the Quran is quite, in my opinion, is quite clear that it doesn't, that predestination is not a thing that the Quran actually recognizes, but it is
How does it recognize?
the Hadith. What?
How does it recognize that there is no predestination?
No, it doesn't. Okay, in terms it doesn't recognize it in terms of the fact that it tells you that whoever wants, let them come to Iman. Whoever doesn't want, let them reject Iman. It tells you that entrance into paradise is going to be determined according to your actions. It's not something that Allah has already determined, beforehand. It's clearly telling you that it's because of what you do that's what's going to, determine your end, your end result. It has nothing to do with Allah having predetermined it. And Allah tells many times in the Quran, Allah says, Wallahu la yadhulim. Allah does not do any injustice, does
But
not do any wrong when it comes to judging. And for me personally, I would see that as something, an unjust way of creating a creation that is going to go to the hellfire, but you create it anyway, and still claim that that it is the individual's, the individual's choice. Like if you create the hellfire and you create the person and you create the person and you dictate saying that this person is going to go to hell, and you still say that, but I had nothing to do with it. Okay, it's for me, it's too contradicting for me to uphold that particular view. So that's why I say no. I would consider that as a sort of injustice, and I cannot see Allah being unjust to the servant, because He says that in the Quran.
yeah, I don't agree with that. But
You don't agree with what? That God that
committing injustice?
No, I mean, that's what I said. I said that God does not do injustice in terms of His slaves or His servants. When He's judging, He's not going to do wrong. He's not going to give false judgments to people. That's what
Okay, but before the judgment, there's things that are problematic
Like what?
to the point that I would call them unjust.
Like what?
Like what?
Like for example, like what happens to Job or Job. How do you pronounce it?
Ayub?
Ayub. Right.
Yeah.
I
Or
forget
Ayub.
the
Job or Ayub is called in the Quran.
right.
Yeah.
I see that as unjust
Why?
because he gets afflicted with this barrage of situations that happen to him, and I see them as cruel.
Yeah, but there's a difference between you seeing something as cruel and something being unjust, though. Those two are not the same. Something
Okay,
can
but
be cruel, but that
cruel
doesn't.
would be unjust. I know they're different. I agree with you, but
Yeah. So in the case of Job, particularly, if we are taking the Quranic view, it depends on if you're taking the Quranic view or the entire biblical view. The biblical view presents Job. It doesn't really give a resolution to the story. Job has these questions for God, and he doesn't understand what's happening to him, and in the end, he breaks down. I mean, he does lose faith in the end. The Quran doesn't take that view, though. Okay, so but with the biblical story, you have Job actually questioning at the end. He breaks down in the end, and God comes to him, and then they have a dialogue, and he demands presence with God, and God decides to to bring him into his presence and basically have this conversation with him and try to explain what was transpiring with him. And then God starts going off this long discussion about the different planets and the different creation and about the I created this and I created that and all that, basically showing him the bigger picture. But the resolution is just not there. So in terms of, for me, I don't see that as being unjust, because God is not afflicting Job. You have to understand that God is not afflicting Job.
What do you mean? He's
No,
not afflicting Job?
Quranically, God is not afflicting Job. Okay, within the Quran, Job is afflicted by certain things, just like any other person is afflicted by certain things. Okay, it doesn't mean that just because someone is in God's good graces, that person is exempt from trials in this world, from difficulties.
I know,
So-
but those trials are not random. They are directed at Job
Yeah,
specifically.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is that here I'm talking about, we're speaking, that's the thing, is that we need to know which Job we're talking about. We're talking about the same individual, but which version of it.
So
Quranic,
let's talk about Quranic. Yeah.
Yeah, Quranic version.
Quranically,
I know it's different from the Bible.
yeah, it's different within the Quran. Within the Quran, it's an affliction that takes hold of Job, and then he goes through these different these different things that it seems as if his life gets worse and worse and worse. But many people go through that. Actually, it's not just Job. Throughout history, there are many people who go through calamity after calamity after calamity. Not because God is literally targeting that person and singling that person out.
I know it doesn't apply for everybody. But
no, it doesn't apply, but that's because everybody people have different kinds of tastes. We're not all going to have the same. We're also not. We're all going to have different kinds of tastes. Okay?
I know, but
and it's
in the case of that story, it's particularly targeted.
But
at
how?
Job. At will.
Go, Quranically, show me where, for example, God literally targets him.
I can't. I don't remember the verses.
Well, that's because it's not.
Where is?
Okay, the story of Job is mentioned in the Quran in chapter 38.
38.
It's mentioned in the Quran in chapter 38, and it's very short. Okay, it's
very short.
It's a very short. It's mentioned in 38 and 21, chapter 21, and also chapter 38. So you'll find that story in those two places. In one place, he says, "Inna masaniya shaitan." Okay, he says that the Satan has afflicted me. And in another place, he says, I have been afflicted with distress and all these things. There is not a single place in the Quran where it says that God is afflicting him.
So why is he afflicted?
That's what I'm saying, is that it's not God afflicting him. It's a trial that happened with him, and then God is using him as a pattern. God could have used anybody. Okay, anybody could have been put in that position. The world has long history. So one person, that could have happened to several people. Here, Allah chooses the example of Job. He could have chosen any other person that had gone through some sort of trial, to show how the person's resolve. The reason why Job is being put on the foreground here is because of his resolve and his patience and his perseverance. That's the only reason why it's being put at the forefront. Other people have gone through these same tastes, but maybe some failed, some passed. But with Job, that's just an example that is being brought to the forefront because it is the most famous one. But there is no Quranic basis for saying that God was afflicting him, or that there was this kind of debate between God and the Satan, and Satan comes to God according to the biblical narrative. Satan comes to God and tells God, I can basically, if it wasn't because of the good things that you're doing for people, they would not worship you. So God says, okay, well, look at my servant Job. Okay, he walks, blamelessly in my eyes. He has not done anything wrong. He's a righteous man and all that. Satan says, okay, well, if you give me power over him, I will be able to turn him. And Satan, God gives him the power to do that. And
But
then Satan goes,
according
that's
to
right.
Islam, that
No, that's the
God did
biblical.
gave him the power.
That's
Didn't he?
but God gave Satan the ability to lead astray anybody. It's not just Job, anybody. And Satan does that through different means. For
Yeah,
some,
I
it's
know.
through calamitous, events. For some,
I know it's power over anybody.
yeah,
I'm
it's for
aware.
anybody. It's not just Job. Job is just used as an example. So Quranically, you don't have a basis for, or you don't have a claim to say, or this was unjust, or because then you would have to, include everybody who goes through a test. You can't single that out and
Okay,
say
but
this.
in the case of Job, I mean,
Mm.
God was. I was gonna say God was watching, but no. I mean, I guess you can argue God is always watching, but God does help him. Like he gives him water, like a
Yeah,
fountain that helps him after
yeah,
these
exactly. Yes,
tribulations.
yes. In the end, yes,
So why does he help him? Because
because
that's another problem, because the Quran doesn't specify. I grant you the most of the things I'm not taking them from the Bible, but I'm taking them from the tafsir, or
yeah,
the
yeah,
extended version.
yeah.
So it's true that it's not necessarily from the Quran, but why did he help him?
Well, I mean, because the way the stories of the Quran are typically structured is that you have the stories that are chosen. You would notice that they have like a beginning until an end. Like, for example, the prophets who, like, you read a lot of stories within the Quran where not stories per se, but you read a lot of verses, several verses where you say prophets were killed and all that, right? You see that statement all the time within the Quran, but you're really not told who. Like, you don't told any killing of any prophet. Like, we don't have any example within the Quran where it says this prophet was killed or that prophet was killed. So the stories that are chosen within the Quran, they're chosen to have like a sort of like a resolution in the end. And so Job being that example where there was there was a trial, and also there was sort of like a resolution, sort of like a hero's journey, that actually that the story that is being told with the story of Job. So there's sort of like an end result, a good reward at the end. It's meant to give off that imagery, like someone who goes through toil and then he's rewarded at the end. So it's the story is meant to echo that sort of, that sort of image. Whereas the story of Moses, on the other hand, is completely different. You have the toil, and you have the end result, which is actually a sad ending. But with Job, so the stories of the Quran are specifically chosen because they serve a particular purpose as it relates to the prophet. All the different stories within the Quran are chosen because they play a certain purpose, a certain relation to the life of the prophet because of what he was going through. So the story of Job particularly, and not any other person who didn't pass the test, is because the prophet needed something to sort of like motivate him, to keep him, to keep him, how do you say, like firm in his resolve, in his duty as a messenger, to not lose hope, that things can go very bad, but in the very end, they might work, they're going to work out. And so this example of Job is given. So that's why Allah tells him, for example, فَاصْبِرْ كَمَا صَبَرَ أُولُو الْعَزْمِ مِنَ الرُّسُلِ, that be patient just like the messengers with the best of resolve. And of course, Job is among those, because of his perseverance. So this story is just to ask, okay, why did God, save? Did God, sorry, did the story of Job have a final ending? Many people have gone through several distresses and calamities and loss of family, loss of life, and all that. And in the end, it works out for them. They
Yeah,
get, and
but
in
they
the end,
don't get direct intervention from God.
yeah, but Job didn't get direct intervention. Okay, it's not like, for example, you need to understand, like, if, for example, I went through life, like I am, for example, myself, I'm from Africa, and we were very poor. We're living in the ghettos, right?
Uh,
And I came out of that, and now
I'm
I'm
sorry.
living in Europe, and
I,
now I
I
am.
have to I have to be excused. So
Okay,
I'm sorry.
that's all right.
Yes, I have to say something. This and John Howe is writing that Quran says that. What was that? Let me see. Quran says the rock stole Moses' clothes. That is hadith. That's a fabricated hadith. Quran doesn't say that. Okay, please learn before you put some, comment. Learn first Quran and make sure that that's Quran before you say something. No, that's a hadith. Yes, and Naif is also saying that's not Quran. Yes, thank you, Brother Rashid, for being here. Let's see, Anton will be back soon. Yeah, what I was going to say, wait, when Anton comes back, I will tell him. I was going to read a verse of Quran. Oh, so much. He's okay. I'm muting until he come back. So what's up, Brother Rashid? Everything's all right?
Yeah, Alhamdulillah, everything is. I was at
Very
work
good.
today, and how is your family?
Yeah, fine. Thank
Yeah,
you. They are well. Yes, they are.
are they there today or are they out again?
No. Today is always my stream, so they know that I'm busy. They are home. Yeah, but
Okay.
I just didn't want to make it because tomorrow also I'm going to be in that debate, so it will be 3 days, in row.
Mm.
That's why I didn't want to do that. So John Jose, all the ones you don't like are fabricated. So you said that it is in Quran, okay? So you said Quran says that, all right? So it is a hadith first of all right? But secondly, a hadith that goes against Quran, I have said it many times, it's not that I don't like it. A hadith that goes against Quran, that hadith is fabricated, all right? So this is my position about hadith. It's not that just I don't like it, all right? So please first make sure that when you write something, write it correctly, okay? So don't say that it is Quran and then say, yeah. It's not about that I don't like it, okay? It's a ridiculous story, of course, yeah?
Yeah.
Totally. So it doesn't need necessarily to go against Quran when it is, ridiculous. Then it doesn't teach us anything. Then it is not either that we have to accept every trash hadith just because somebody wrote it in the book. Okay. Yes. I was going to say about that. I think Anton is coming back. Yes. I was going to say about that predestination. Yeah. The chapter 16, verse 61 says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, if Allah were to punish people immediately for their wrongdoing, he would not have left a single living being on earth, but he delays them for an appointed term. And when their time arrives, they cannot delay it for a moment, nor can they advance it. So why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't punish us immediately? Because he wants to see if we repent, if we change, okay? Otherwise, he would take us out right away for our, bad deeds. So the reason that he keep us is because of that. So all the ones here, all right. So if you would like, John, you can join us. The link I will put here. So let's see how good is your, Islamic knowledge. I think Anton is kind of. Azri, you have any question from Brother Rashid or from me?
Yes, I have a question, but before that, I want to say that I believe we should feed the poor because life is supposed to be about enjoyment. Food is desire. Food is desire and pleasure.
Mhm.
Oh, what do you guys think?
About can you say once again that we have to feed the poor? Yeah.
Yeah, feed the poor because we all eat, right? Food is like a desire to us. We all
Mhm.
eat. So life is supposed to be about benefit. It's about good and pleasure
Yeah,
and things
yeah,
like that. So
yeah.
what do
Of
you
course,
think?
I just definitely agree that we have to. Yes, we have to feed the poor. We have to do as much as we can. Yeah, sacrifice. As I have said it many times. Yeah, we have to sacrifice for our own kind. The more we sacrifice, the better we are in the front of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. And feeding the poor is also a sacrifice when you can, keep that food for yourself, but you, decide to sacrifice that to someone else, to give it to someone else. Yes. And now
John
the
Howe said
question.
something. John Howe said something. Do you...
Sorry, John Howard. Sahih al Bukhari, blah blah blah, book, blah blah blah. Yeah, I guess it is al Bukhari, not Quran. So okay, good that we told you that it's not Quran, it is Bukhari. But don't you believe in both? No, I don't believe in both. I believe that a lot of hadiths are fabricated in Bukhari. Okay, there are authentic hadiths which go in line with Quran, but there are a lot of fabricated hadiths in Bukhari. Okay, many of them. So I don't believe in both of them. I believe in Quran on the top. Okay, and if a hadith goes in line with Quran, yes, then I accept it. Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to ask Brother Rashid, while in Mr. Muji's live stream, what do you think about hedonistic living? About life is about pleasure. What do you think, Brother Rashid?
That life is about pleasure.
Yeah, life is about for good and for benefit and for pleasure, for yeah.
I wouldn't describe it as a pleasure personally. I think it's this it's for speaking at the biological level. People say the reward center. So I don't think that it's pleasure, but rather reward. Like it's the body is sort of like built in a way that it has this reward mechanism of where it tries to avoid harm and do things that reward itself. Now, I don't know if you can if you because when you use the word pleasure, then it sends off sort of like a negative connotation to it. So I would say that it's about a reward and also avoidance of, and we're speaking, of course, at a biological level here, as in life's a biological existence. To me, it seems like um, the biology is that life seems to be in a struggle to exist. Like it's like trying to fight off everything, trying to find a place in this world, and it's constantly in strife against other things just to exist. It seems like there is that life seems to be an anomaly in all of existence. I mean, that it seems to be. Now that doesn't mean that it is, but it seems to be that life seems to be like this anomaly, this abnormality that exists within the normal. The normal being that life shouldn't exist. And so you have a lot of things that really can wipe out life just like that. And life is so different from any other existence out there. So it seems to me like that's why it's trying to exist, and that's the point of it, the purpose of it. It's trying to exist, and it does that through these two mechanisms. these two mechanisms, one being to avoid harm and the other being to reward itself. And so that's what it's trying to do to keep itself existing. So if you were to ask me what's the purpose of it, I would say, biologically speaking, that's it. But then we can life does not only include, of course, the biological. Now there is also there's also the psychological, and there's the mental and all that stuff. So you cannot just pinpoint it to one thing, in my opinion, anyway.
Okay, I would like to say that for me, life is, as I understand, is life. Life is a mission. Okay, a mission that God has created for us, put us in this mission, and the mission is to come like an animal in this world, but by His guidance, learn to live like human being and die like a human being. Unfortunately, some people do not learn to live like human being, and they live like an animal and they die like an animal, which the result will be the punishment hereafter. And some who learn to live like human being and die like human being, which is, of course, the way of living as a human being is the sacrifice, okay, to feed the poor, take care of orphans, and all good deeds, other good deeds. Yeah. So when you live like a human being and die like a human being, which is difficult, okay, because living like an animal is easy because it is in our nature, okay, but living like a human being, you have to go against your nature. So that will be rewarded by heaven, okay. So this is life is not in, I don't take it as enjoyment, that's a kind of negative, as Brother Rashid said also. It's like kind of selfishness, yeah, that I'm here just to enjoy life, okay, I don't care about others and so on. So it comes to that negative, way. So it is, for me, it's a mission, okay. The mission is to live like a human being, despite we are born like animals. Yeah, we are like all selfish. Yeah, like all other animals. But with His guidance, and that's what I say, it is one of His greatest, miracle is us. That this selfish animal who is ready to kill everybody for his own desire or his own interest, he decide, he learned, he become guided by God and goes absolutely against 180 degree against his nature, and he sacrificed his life, he sacrificed everything. And I know, I've seen people who are tortured to death, okay, but they don't give up their beliefs, their friends, they sacrifice themselves for their country, for the people, like right now, for example, in Iran. So this is a miracle that God could change this animal to something that is better than angels. Okay, that's why angels supposed to prostrate to human, because human is better than angels in this way, that what we do is not programmed in us. What we do is our choice. Okay, we decide to become good people, we decide to become human, and we decide to sacrifice. All right, so that's why we are better than angels. What angels do, good deeds, is not in their control. They are programmed.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Muji, you view killing people as something negative, right? Because of selfish greed for money, power, dominance. But what if you kill or evict people because they break the law, break the covenant, just to purify your country, yourself, your
All right. Yes.
your-
Okay. So that comes. Okay. That comes to two different killing. Okay. One killing is that when you don't have any choice. Okay. Like, for example, you go to battle. Okay. Like Prophet Muhammad was killing. the enemy in the battle. Like now, for example, Iranian regime has the power, or Russians have attacked Ukraine, and Ukrainian, they have to fight back. They have to kill Russians. That's it. Another one category, killing, that you have no choice, okay? Because of your freedom, and you cannot, you cannot control them, okay? You cannot control them in other ways except to kill them, okay? Because you want to stop them. You want to stop them from killing you. You want to stop them from oppressing you, okay? So the only way to stop them is by killing them. But to kill, for example, somebody has killed a person. When you capture that person, you have the power, okay, to put that person in a prison or treatment center or whatever, okay? That time, I do not accept to kill people. I accept that we rehabilitate them, we keep them somewhere, and they, for example, for a while, to find out, first of all, why they have done this, we try to help them, and so on. Not as a punishment. Again, I do not like this, because we might be wrong as well. We might punish an innocent person, or we might exceed in punishment even. For example, if somebody's, should, be in jail 2-3 years, but we give him 5 years, 2 years extra. So that's why I do not believe that we have to do it as punishment. We have to do it as a treatment, okay? And then after they are treated and we see that they have repented, they are fine, they are good citizens, we have to release them. So this is my position about that killing, yeah? Azri?
Okay. So I think about it. Doesn't it make that the Quran is outdated? We no longer killing people. We just imprison them, rehabilitate them.
Okay, all right. Yes. Look, this is my position, okay? Not Quran is not outdated, okay? My position, I have said it many times, there are verses of Quran that belong to 1400 years ago for that situation, and there are verses for today, and there are verses for the future, okay? So some verses, as I say, that, for example, not even some verses are not for not only the time, but the place. Like I bring this argument about the time of fasting and praying, sunrise, sunset, and so on, okay? When you come to North Sweden, then those verses no longer, are, how do you say, applicable for this part of the world, yeah? So you cannot follow those verses. Those verses should be changed for North Sweden, because in North Sweden, even in Stockholm, during winter time and summertime, the times are very different, okay? In North, that is also like winter is 24 hours night, and summer 24 hours day. So the verses are not anymore, you cannot follow them anymore in that part of the world. And some verses of Quran, like, giving to the poor, charity, all this is tax and so on. In that true Islamic world that I am believing that one day it will happen. Hey, Sam, you disappeared. You joined us and then you disappeared, unfortunately. You are welcome to join. Anyway, so those verses no longer will be followed in that true Islamic world, because money doesn't exist, so you cannot pay tax, okay? And you don't need to feed the poor and orphans, because everybody are, well off. Everybody have everything they need, okay? There is no poor, there is no rich. Everybody are equal. So certain verses of Quran belong to 1400 years ago, Azri, okay? And certain belong to today as well, but not in the future. But there are verses that are forever, yeah?
Okay. I have more questions, but how long do you want to make this live stream?
I like to keep it on 3 hours, something, yeah? If there is no something, some more questions and so on. For example, if Sam would like to join and ask some question, I leave the stream, the link because he came and then he disappeared. Yes, Azri.
Okay. I have a question. You believe they are fabricated hadith, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Then
no, Azri. It's not only me. Everybody believe that there are fabricated hadiths. Everybody, even those who say Bukhari is totally authentic, yeah, they believe also that he collected 600,000 hadiths and he threw away most of that, just kept 7,000 something, because all of them were fabricated. So even Bukhari accepted that there are so many fabricated hadiths. But in his book, okay, are there fabricated hadiths? Yes, I believe that there are fabricated hadiths. Some Muslims believe no, there are no fabricated hadiths. Yes, Azri, yeah.
okay. Where does this fabricated hadith come from? Does it come from the kafir munafiq? What do you
Okay.
think?
Yes. Kafir, I cannot say kafir, but munafiq, yes. I mean, those who pretended to be Muslims, okay, and then they fabricated these hadiths, and they wanted to keep these, these pagan beliefs like drinking camel urine, okay. They put it in a hadith, stoning adulterers, okay. They put it in a hadith, many hadith actually, yeah. So certain things like this they wanted to keep, but they couldn't keep it because it wasn't in Quran, yeah, and it wasn't able to put it in Quran. That's why they came with fabricated hadiths and said that, yeah, this is Prophet Muhammad said it. Okay, we don't find it in Quran, but we find it in hadith.
But do you think that these non-Muslims have power over the hadith? How can they have influence over the hadith?
Non-Muslim, look, I said,
It's non-munafiq, you mean?
yeah, munafiq, yes.
How-
Even Quran says in chapter 4, verse 82, I think, yeah, he says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, these munafiqs, yeah, they come out of your nightly lecture and they spread rumors, things that you haven't said, okay? So even there, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that these people, they say things from Prophet Muhammad that he hasn't said. So they were, even during time of Prophet Muhammad, they were munafiqs who were saying things. Then later, it's not only about Prophet Muhammad. They were saying, lies about even Ali radiallahu. I know that Muawiyah, he was giving so many lies about Ali radiallahu that when Ali radiallahu was killed in the mosque, people were thinking that, what? Ali was killed in the mosque? Did he go to mosque? So they were making such a things even after, long after Prophet Muhammad, these Abbasi caliphates, yeah, Abbasi caliphates, they also were fabricating a lot of hadiths. So a lot of people were doing that. All right. So let me see Sam. Hello. Salam alaikum. Hello, Sam.
Hey, hi, salam.
How are you?
Good.
Yes, Sam. Do you have any question?
Yeah.
We see the ceiling, Sam. Okay, yes, please, your question. Do you hear us? Yes.
Hey, Muji, just give me a moment, if you will, please. Let me
Yeah,
just go outside. I think I have something. Maybe I can ask a question.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, as if you ask question, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Muji. Your idea of fabricated hadith to me it means like saying that China have influence over American government. It's just they are all Muslims to me. But you seem to reject it. Okay,
No.
that's fine.
Look, Azri. Look, even today, yes, they fabricate hadith. I know that, for example, Iranian mullahs, okay, they even fabricate hadith today. For example, And let me tell you, just a few weeks ago, I saw a little clip from a mullah. Yeah, Iranian mullah was sitting in a mosque, and because the economy is very bad now, so he wanted to try to say that, look, if the economy is bad and you don't have anything, then Ali radiallah also didn't have anything. So he was saying that once Ali radiallah came home and he opened the fridge and the fridge was empty, uh, then he said that, oh, Fatima, why you didn't tell me to go and buy something? Okay. Then Fatima told him that, yeah, I was shy that you might become. And people were laughing at him. So there was a guy who was sitting there, man, it's 2022. I just bought my fridge, okay, and you tell me that 1400 years ago Ali radiallahu had fridge. Okay, can you imagine, brother Rashid? Yeah, the guy was sitting, yes, in the mosque and was saying that Ali radiallahu opened the fridge. Come on, man, let's talk a little bit rational. 1400 years ago there were no fridge, just because they want to justify this economy problem in Iran. Yeah, that okay, this economy problem was there also in the past, so please be patient or take it, okay, just because they are themselves a bunch of robbers. So Azri, they fabricate hadith a lot. I can tell you, I have heard a lot of these fabricated hadiths by the mullahs who go to the mosque and at least in in Iran. I don't know how, but in other places, but definitely they have been fabricating hadiths, because I call them, most of them, a bunch of businessmen in all religions, not only in Islam, in all religions. They are businessmen. Their business is selling God, and they just think about the quantity of the products, not the quality of the product, because they have been going to the school we send our children to school so that they become engineer or doctor or something else, yes, so that in the future they can work and they make a living for themselves. Their parents also send them to these madrasas to become mullahs and so on. Even if they don't like it, even if they don't believe, like those those priests who rape children and so on, even they don't like it. Like, there are lots of atheist priests in Sweden, okay, priests who are atheists, but they go to church and they preach about God and so on, because it is their job, because they have to make money to survive. Okay, so these people, they do whatever for their business, okay, to make money. Understand, Azri? All right. So this is very, very understandable that they do such a things for a living, even if though they don't accept it, they are not Muslim or they are not Christian or whatever, but they try to survive because they have been studying or whatever many years, and they have come to that position, and they don't want to get rid of their position. Or there was a priest I saw in one meeting. He said that I couldn't take it anymore, so that's why he was, he announced that he's atheist and he didn't go anymore. I met him that in one humanist, meetings. All right, and he was saying that I have many priest friends who preach, but they are also atheists, but they have to do it because they have to feed their family. Sam, you have any question, please? Now? All right. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, please.
So it's a relevant topic or question, like whatever. Um, I don't know if you want to like talk about it or if you just want to, like
Yeah, please, yeah, mention. Yeah.
personally talk about it, or I could talk with you,
Mhm.
whatever. But
Okay.
anyway, so it's about what you're saying, basically. I was actually gonna mention the Sunnah, but or whatever it's called, not the Hadith. Well, I guess they're both kind of the same kind of thing in a way. They're just like, I know like what they are basically, but I just want to say like or ask, what do you think about like what it is in general? I'm saying like, because obviously, for anyone like who's actually conscious, okay, of the reality about what's within the Quran already, okay, what the book actually consists of within it, literally, like just it. I know it's kind of, you know, for someone who's not patient or something, you know, who can't like concentrate, it might be kind of difficult to like absorb the information basic or the knowledge rather that's in it. You know what I'm saying? So they basically, because it's not all like a list of like instructions, like just like one list on one page or something. So they're like, oh well, you know, I think we're gonna make a sunnah and a hadith now. Okay. So that's what I was gonna ask is like, because I think that the sunnah they make like, you know, a list basically in there. I'm not as familiar with the hadith, but I looked into the sunnah and I was like, okay, is that what it is basically? And it's like all the things that I see the Muslims doing, it's already basically in the Quran. They just don't feel like just following the Quran. Okay, so it's just what I'm saying. So what do you think about that? Like, is that like true basically, or am I like kind of wrong or something about my like observation about it and conclusion?
Did you understand, Rashid, the question?
Not entirely, no.
Because I didn't understand exactly the question either, Sam. Can you make it brief, the question?
I think it had something to do with either the Sunnah, or is it, does the Quran say you have to follow the Sunnah or not? Or I think that's that's what I understood from it.
Yeah, is that your question? If Quran talks about Sunnah, or what was your exactly question, Sam? Sam, you hear us? I think no, he doesn't hear us. There's something happened to his internet connection. Yeah, it's going around. Okay, he dropped off.
Maybe he was asking about the complexity of learning or something, because the hadith and sunnah are so many, right? And the Quran itself is not it's not easy to learn. So how will you respond?
Well, what was the question once again?
Because the hadith and sunnah are many, right? There are volumes of book. There are lots to learn. So and the Quran itself is not easy to learn. So how can a person learn something so complex?
Okay, look, my position is that, of course, this is my position that we need certain hadiths, yeah, because Quran says that to Prophet Muhammad, we give you the Quran so that you explain it to the people, okay, and again that in that chapter 4, verse 82, 80 to 83, okay, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that if you compare these tellings of these, munafiqun, when they say things, okay, if you compare it to, refer it to those people who know Quran, okay, and they can take out the knowledge of that in Quran and compare it to Quran, when if it has a lot of contradiction with Quran, then it's not from your Lord, okay. So I believe that we need certain hadiths, okay, but there are, yes, as I said, many fabricated hadiths as well, and yeah, this is my position, okay, Azri. I don't know, Brother Rashid, if I understood your question correctly, Azri. Yeah.
Okay, Brother Rashid, how do you learn something so complex?
Okay, you have to put time, of course, yeah. Because, for example, I haven't put that much time like Brother Rashid. That he knows, Alhamdulillah, very good. Okay, a lot of verses, but you have to put time. Otherwise, yes, you have to rely on some scholar. Okay, Sam says sorry. Don't worry, Sam. It's okay, no problem. You can join us next week if you would like. If you have a better, yes, Brother Rashid. Yes, please.
Or he can put his question down below if he also wants.
Yeah, if yes, if you can put your question down below. Yes, Brother Rashid, you were going to answer maybe Azri, I don't know. How to learn, he said, yeah.
No, I mean, in terms of the Sunnah material, I mean, I find that it's that I find that I just stick with the Quran, and then you know I learn the Sunnah material, but not in terms of what to do in Deen or that kind of stuff. I learn it just as, you know, just to know, you know, what it says. Like, for example, if I meet someone who would argue from that point of view, that I am also capable of arguing from that point of view, but not as a way to seek guidance. For me personally, I can look at not as a way, because I have the Quran. So I mean, that doesn't mean that there are no good things in Hadith literature. I make a distinction between Hadith and Sunnah. I don't think that that's the same thing. Sunnah is very different from Hadith, actually. Within some people would say that the Sunnah is documented in the Hadith, but actually that's not true. You see, because you do have if you read the Hadith, for example, if you look at the earliest Hadith books in Muwatta, Imam Malik's Muwatta, you notice that sometimes he would bring up a problem that is happening, or a question, or he would bring up a Hadith, and then he would comment on that and say that this Hadith says this, but we don't do that. Or he would say like that the amal of the people, okay, amal Ahl al-Medina is different. That the way people do it in Medina, it's different. And sometimes you would have him, for example, mention a hadith, and he would say that قد سمعنا هذا الحديث, we know, we've heard this hadith, وما ندري حقيقته, but we don't know what it's talking about. And so he would mention a hadith like that, and he would say, yeah, we know of the hadith, but this is not what we do. Okay, so the claim that the Sunnah is kept within the hadith is also a false claim. It's actually not true. Nobody, for example, learned how to make salah from hadith. Nobody learned even to make zakah from hadith. Nobody learned even to fast, you know, from hadith. Nobody did that. Like the claim that it's kept within that's not actually entirely true, because the Sunnah, and of course, yeah, when we say Sunnah, we need to make a distinction also between what we mean today and what people meant when they said Sunnah back then. So back then, when they said Sunnah, it just meant the common practice of the people. That's what the Sunnah was. The Sunnah, beginning very early on, did not refer to the practice of the Prophet. When they said Sunnah, they didn't mean the practice of the Prophet. They meant the practice of the common people, how people are doing something. That's the Sunnah. Okay? But now, it later on, because of this hadith mentality that was later on and was popularized by Ash-Shafi'i and An-Nawawi after him, that they say that they were more leaning towards hadith, and because they were more leaning towards hadith, they just decided to take that position and say, okay, well, if it's in the hadith, we're taking it, and if it's not in the hadith, we're throwing it away. When we're not, it has to be in the hadith. If it's not there, then we cannot believe it. But so they decided to equate hadith with sunnah. But back then, the Sunnah just meant the common practice of the people. It didn't refer to the practice of the Prophet. That's why the Quran doesn't contain that particular phrase. The Quran doesn't recognize there being a Sunnah of the Prophet. The Quran doesn't recognize there being a corpus called Hadith, or a collection outside the Prophet's revelation. The Quran doesn't recognize a prophetic corpus of work, of books, of sayings. It doesn't recognize any of that stuff. It recognizes that the Quran was the only revelation that the Prophet was preaching and that he had received. But in terms of hadith or what he's teaching, the Quran doesn't recognize any of that stuff. It doesn't recognize the Sunnah there being a common practice of the Prophet, and it doesn't recognize a corpus called hadith or narration. This is something that came later. So even that, we need to distinguish exactly what we mean, to be 100% clear, in my opinion.
Yeah. Sam is asking, okay, what is in the Sunnah and the Hadith that is not in the Quran, if anything? So he asked if there is something which is not in Quran but in Sunnah. So this is my own position. Yeah. Yes, I'm saying about from my own position, and of course there are people, of course, yeah, who are in that position as well. Some, of course, some go extreme and they take every hadith and accept it. No, but my own position is that there are, hadiths that explain, some rules of Islamic rules or Quranic rules, like we mentioned about prayer. Yeah, Quran explain it. Yeah, but of course, like what to say in the prayer, like this chapter Alhamd, or what is it? Al-Fatiha, yeah, chapter Al-Fatiha, that you have to recite that one first. That's very, very important for me. That it is not mentioned in Quran that you have to start with this. Or there are, like I've mentioned it many times, about 4 witnesses in Quran, that it doesn't specify exactly what conditions they have to meet. And, it is fiqh or hadith, whatever, but that mention who are they, and in reality you cannot find a single of them if you follow that, because they have to be absolutely clear of any lies or any bad deeds and so on. So yes, there are certain things like this that even I mentioned about the Hajj, that the dress of Ihram is very important, but it is not mentioned in Quran, and stoning the Satan and so on. So these are things that I believe that they are not in Quran, but they are in what is it, Sunnah or Hadith or whatever. Yes, Prophet Muhammad, as Quran says that you explain it. So Prophet Muhammad was explaining certain rulings of Quran. And yes, Brother Rashid said his point, of course, and I wanna know if it is absolute nonsense. I don't understand what he meant with absolute nonsense.
I think
But
he meant the Hadith and Sunnah. Sorry to say.
no, I know, but he wants to know. He said if it's absolutely nonsense. But anyway, no. This is we set our position, and it is now 3 hours 18 minutes. So usually I keep it maximum to 3 hours. If you brothers don't mind, then we can continue this next week, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yeah, Brother Rashid, thank you very much. It was very nice of you to join. And yes, Brother Azri, inshallah, meet you next week again. All right. So take care, everybody. Thank you once again, my brothers. Assalamu alaikum. So I just yes, don't forget Thank you, everyone, and see you next week. Assalamu alaikum and goodbye.